All right, lads. Yes, sir. I'm out of breath, damn. I only ran up the stairs. All right. We'll begin in just a second. But it's finally time. Can't believe it's been this long, by the way, that we update our tier list. Last time we did it was November. Almost 7 months ago. That's kind of crazy. But we're here. We're going to focus on hard cowards today. Completely redo the list this time to better reflect the current meta of the game. And it was November. It was when Byakuya came out. Byakuya, Ruki, and Renji. Woo! And we'll update it today. Tomorrow, if we can actually finish this in one stream, hopefully we can. We'll do another attribute tomorrow. I'm not sure what attribute just yet, but we'll try and do like daily if we possibly can until I go on holiday on the 12th. What else is there to say? I'm not too sure. Let me just build up the game real quick. Well, the game's actually already got them back on the 2 nights. Turn that up. That. Okay, I think we are good to go. What's the screen on? Okay, one BBS. Is there any free summons to do yet? It's just a week. Lads, no spoilers for mid-month. Listen, again, we said it last stream, right? I've let this leak talk go too far. We're not talking about leaks anymore. And if you're actively spoiling what the banner is, I might have to mute you, you know? If you're going out your way to be like that guy. So yeah. But yeah, no spoilers. We're here for fun. We are not trying to have big surprises ruined, you know? So, with that said, if we pull up the tier list. Now, I might be blocking some of it. It's quite large. There's a lot of characters when it comes to this, right? In all honesty, we probably don't even need to talk about some of these characters here. But this is what the tier list was looking like back when it's leaked. There's a lot of characters that's been leaked. This has been leaked for like 2 months now. But yeah, no, we're not talking about it. To be fair, there's also a lot of other stuff going around. So, like, even if you have seen the leaks, there's no guarantee you've seen the correct leaks. You know? Where do you get the leaks from? Nowhere, specifically. But they're just around. They're just around. There's no Reddit ones right now, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, we're here to rank characters. Let's not talk about leaks. So, this is what the tier list was looking like. I'm blocking some D tier characters, right? We are going to reset the whole thing and start from scratch. We're going to work from top to bottom, because that's easier, I think, at this point. And the main goal for today's tier list is to mainly free up the slots, because, like, essentially, the reason why I kind of stopped doing it, I had to make the graphics, so that kind of, like, slowed me down a tad bit, but it's like every new character coming out was, like, top of S. And even then, even if we do change the tier list, it would likely still be like that, you know? New characters, after all, are good. But, like, every Limit Breaker character was guaranteed to be SS. And there's quite a big difference, as you can see now in SS tier, where, you know, Ruruka is not on the same level as Byakuya. So, by default, she should move down to S tier, right? But again, we're resetting the whole thing. Someone just said Kiryu should move down. That too, right? Kiryu on paper looks good, but she is absolutely terrible. So she would move down. And then we also have to put in these new characters. But again, reset the thing. Here we go. So, we'll work with SS, S, A, B, C, D, E, F. Mostly, the way I want to see it now, only very few characters should be in SS tier. Very few characters. We spoke about it yesterday's stream. Oh no, the day before. Right now, in all honesty, as far as height is concerned, guaranteed only Ichigo. I mean, we'll see how it goes now when we talk about the character in a few minutes. You can maybe make a case for Byakuya to be an SS tier, because he's actually really good. And I would be open to that. But in all honesty, other than that, I think these are the only 2 characters in Heart that deserve SS tier. For Guild Quest support, you can make the case for Aaroniero, but I think that's basically not all he has going for him. But I think Oak is like an S tier. Toshiro, I think his double killer adds value to him. But again, we'll go in on each and every character in a minute. Just quick opinions on these characters. Toshiro's double killer does make him stand out a bit in a era right now where every character is getting 1 killer. But he also has no killer plus. So when it comes to like Guild Quest content and even Limit Breaker, you know, that damage does get, it's noticeable. It's noticeable. So Toshiro, I don't think deserves SS. I think he'll like maybe near top of S for the most part. For SS tier as well, I don't think any character with Guild Quest skills should be an SS, even if they're really good. Especially someone like Mayuri, right? Mayuri and Aaroniero, for example. Really good characters in Guild Quest, but I'm never going to take them into Limit Breaker, you know? And I feel like SS should be characters that don't really have Guild Quest skills, are really good in Guild Quest, really good in Limit Breaker, and by default, good everywhere else, you know? So, having a Sparta Killer, Squad 0, Captain, does kind of hurt you a tad bit, in my opinion. As far as, because you're not really going to be using Limit Breaker. Like, someone like Senjumaru easily could have been Ichigo tier level, had she been given Frenzy Free, had she been given a better killer, you know, even if it was 2 killers. If she had Captain Killer Plus and then Sorpa Killer, I think that would have been great. And that would have, I think, warranted her being an SS tier. But that's, you know, when we get to power. You think Byakuya should be top of S? I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from. We'll move him down for the time being. Well, again, everyone agrees SS is basically reserved for Ichigo. Maybe a character like Byakuya can get in there. But let's go into BBSM. And also pull up Las Noches, because if they're Guild Quest characters, we want to look at their Guild Quest scores. So, first up, Mayuri. Similar character. I did see someone compare him to a mid-month unit, and it is kind of funny. In a way, he is not a mid-month unit, but he's very similar to Basby, where he doesn't have any built-in Berserker, which for me, in my opinion, I don't think it matters that much. I mean, you're going to see when it comes to Guild Quest content, he'll be good. But he definitely does have them outside of Guild Quest. But even then, I think they're fine. I think they're fine. So, he has very similar skills to Basby. Like, almost the exact same. I'm actually not sure what the difference is between this character and Basby. I feel like maybe he should have gone without Bombardment. And maybe even given Berserker to make him feel a bit better. But overall, Mayuri's a good character. I mean, again, if we go to the Melee Squad 0, right? He does actually perform better than Rukia. And in a way, might be a bit more consistent, because Ruki has a longer than cooldown SA2. So that might hurt her a tad bit when it comes to a lead, but both are still good. If you have Rukia, you don't need Mayuri. But if you have both, then you can use both. You can probably just go with Mayuri, Rukia, and do a lot of damage together, because they both inflict status augment, since Mayuri has status augment plus. I think for now, most characters are going to get put top of S tier. I think most will agree with that. We'll likely move other characters down, put characters above him, for example. But Mayuri, I think, is pretty good with S tier. We'll get to Byakuya in a minute. Next up, Aaroniero. So, Aaroniero. Right now, I've said it in a few videos, I feel like he's a modern day Orihime. Maid Orihime, right? Maid Orihime had really good survivability, really good protection for your team, because she had the barriers, she had the complete status immunity that she could share to your team, and also the team boost. That was very valuable when it came to very hard guild quests, and even Nightmare when that first got added, right? It's kind of lost its value over the time, because a lot of characters nowadays have immunity. A lot of the characters we were using for those very wonky new status or guild quest phases, Squad 0, Human, when they got all split up for the first time, Orihime came in clutch. She's still a good character. I think some people still use her to this day. This Aaroniero, though, is a really good support, because he also has a team boost SA2 and also barrier. It's a vortex. It doesn't have poise break, but it does group all the small mobs together, and that's really good for crowd control. And you can spam it as well, right? Unfortunately, it does affect weakening. That would have made him, like, even crazier. And had he even had Poise Break, it would have been even crazier. He likely would have been SS if he had Poise Break, in my opinion, because then you could have literally thrown him into Guild Quest every phase and made it trivial. But even then, the boost, the barrier, and most importantly, that SA1 with Weakening Plus allows your team to do more damage. When he inflicts a stat summon, it doesn't take damage away from your other character. It lets you do 50% more. Unless you're Owetsu. If you're Owetsu, then it's a bit annoying. And, you know, when we were playing with Owetsu, to be fair, in the most recent Guild Quest stream, he was, despite him not having Killer, he still has Frenzy free, because his increased stat summon chance is only to your round cards, which I'm kind of blocking. But he was still inflicting relatively fast and consistently, too. So, you know, I still think it's pretty good. Poise Break is when enemies have poise, you can't like push them back, you can't knock them over. Poise Break allows you to like stagger them, essentially. So his Vortex, for example, against the bosses in Guild Quest after phase 3, wave 3, they just completely ignore it. They act like the Vortex isn't even hitting him. It's still dealing damage, but yeah. You know, so with that in mind, I would say he's better than Mayuri, because they're both Guild Quest units. I think he has a lot more value. He has a lot more going for him too when it comes to, you know, what Guild Quest phase he can be used in. Next up, we have Stark. What are you saying for Stark, fellas? What are you saying for Stark? As well, he had a good damage output. As far as these characters can go, you know. Frenzy 2, 40% Berserker. He does have the 80% SP boost. He's a farmer, right? Yeah, so he's a farmer. To be fair, a lot of farmers nowadays actually have like good damage outputs. Like this, I mean, granted they're still behind compared to some of the newer characters. But this is like, this would have been a top tier character like 2 years ago. You know? Who's the best booster overall for GQ? Probably is Aaroniero, in honesty. Because everyone does the same thing. Everyone just boosts. I mean, Grammy has the 30% boost. Or 40% boost. But that's about it. Low S. I don't know how we're gonna rank the farmers, to be honest. But I mean, his damage output ain't bad. It's, you know, 40% Berserker, Frenzy 2, increased stat summon chance. He's a farmer. He's got the 8% SP boost. He's got the weakened defense. That's gonna be really good in epic raid content. He's got the weakening. Honestly, not bad. Honestly, not bad. And he's also got Havoc too, right? The Guard Break Havoc Sprinter. This pretty much is like the most basic character that we see nowadays for farmers, but I would probably say low S. I'd probably say low S. What is the ghost icon on 10 years later Ichigo Soul Bomb? Instant kill. When you use the Soul Bomb, it has like a 10% chance of instant kill per hit. And if your Ichigo should have another tier just for himself, I mean, basically, he's going to be one of the few characters that we have in SS tier. So now let's talk about Byakuya, right? Let's do a poll. I think at this point with Byakuya, we have to do top of SS. Sorry, bottom SS, because likely it's only going to be him and Ichigo. So 1,000 G blood with Byakuya. SS or S? Before I actually do it, so let's quickly talk about him. So, 40% recharge, human killer, plus. So 40% more damage to humans, right? To be fair, maybe let me move myself to the right. I think myself on the right would be better, in honesty, because then I'm not hiding the skills, you know. And we can zoom in a bit more. So 60% Berserker with Frenzy 2, 80% SP boost, increased stat summon chance against all humans, weakened defense. He's immune to every stat summon. He has 30% more damage that he can give to Soripers, which kind of hurts him because he would have been paired with, you know, Tenjiro, and they both would have, you know, he didn't need this. If he had a different one, it would have stacked with Tenjiro's. That's good in itself, but then you get into the innate skills. He gets the extra 40% damage at full stamina. He has, like, the best strong attack kit you can ask for. I mean, you can get better. Tracking Vortex, for example, he has a Beam, Distant AoE SA2, 4-screen SA3, EX, Barrier, 5-hit barrier for everyone. Weakening and Paralysis, one of the best combinations in the entire game. Very good character. Right now, it's either top of S, like number 1 in S, or SS. So I'm going to let you guys decide. There's the poll. There's the poll. Most farmers at least A. Honestly, I'm kind of down for putting the farmers in A. He's definitely not better than Ichigo, yeah. But he's way better than GQ units. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Regardless of what we do put him, to be fair, like, they're going to be, you know, we all acknowledge that he's, like, a really good character. He's a really good character. And hopefully this Tinnis doesn't get outdated, by the way, by the time we get into 10th Annie. It might. It might. Make a tier for Ichigo alone? What, SSS? I don't know. I don't want to make tier that gets a bit ridiculous. SS for the most part right now is Ichigo's tier. Does Byakuya just get a glimpse into it, though? That's the question. Right now, it's 60. It's kind of indecisive. It's 62% right now for SS. So more people do want Byakuya in SS. But, like, it is still kind of, like, almost 50-50, you know? 15th is the live, yes. 15th is the live. We actually don't know for certain. We'll find out maybe on Monday. They'll probably announce it. Put him in SS. If we get another Ichigo level unit, put him down to S. Oh, that's kind of fine. Anniversary, I'm expecting Mind and Power. Part 1. Part 2, Speed, Strong SP unit. Probably a Power unit, Strong SP unit, probably, hopefully. And then a Technique Brave Battle unit is what I'm expecting. And that Technique Brave Battle character is going to counter asking. Can he Gremlin Ichigo gap everyone else? That's also true, to be fair. Like, even though... But it's also a weird one, too, because he is also noticeably better than most characters that are going to be in S tier. So, like, right now, honestly, he is kind of, like, in the middle. Like, he's not quite Ichigo's level, but he's also a lot better than all these other characters here, you know? So he is kind of, like, in the middle. I'm fine with putting him in SS tier. Right at the bottom. With the potential chance he gets demoted in the future, you know? S+, I think we're adding too many tiers. I'm probably fine with putting farmers in A, to be honest. Because I'm not really using this character in Guild Quests, and I'm not using him in Burika, where, like, those extra damages matter, but he's a good farmer, I guess, you know? We'll see what the other farmers come at when we get to them. We're going to be here for a while, you know? That might not be too long. So I think we're fine with SS tier. Tosho can get SS? Nah. No. I know there's a big difference between Toshiro S at 1.5 and then Byakuya 1.5. I'm not liking what's his name anymore? Toshiro. But again, if we go to Human Guild Quest, right? Where are they? Human Ranged. He's also like, not like it matters, to be fair. It might. Depends how you want to look at it. Byakuya also has significantly more value compared to most hard characters. Because, like, right now, he's the only good human killer. Like, if you don't have Byakuya, this is what you're working with. Not a lot. And in NAD units, Haribo and Tanjiro have it covered. So if you have those two, you don't need... You still need Byakuya, but if you have the two NAD units, they help out a lot. So next up. Range Stun Rare, right? I don't know what it is. I'm not a fan of this character anymore. I don't know what it is. It could be. I could be biased, though, because I have a lot of characters like 2.5. I don't have this character duped out. I only have him 1.5. He is good, though. And remember, even though he might not be the best of the best, right now he's like the only good lead for Range Stun Return. He does have double killer. And, you know, that makes him worse technically when compared to other, you know, killer plus units in Guild Quest content or individual killers. They're going to out-damage him technically. But he technically does have that usability. You can use this character in 2 Guild Quest phases. You can't say the same for most characters, you know. All-Stars immunity. Frenzy 2. 50% Berserker. 100% more damage to frozen enemies is actually really good. He has the long shot built in. I like that stuff. His kit's also really good too. His SA2, I think, is the only attack. He's the only character that has this SA2. It's like a SA3 vacuum attack that 5th anniversary Byakuya had, I think. Similar enough, but he has it as an SA2. A good strong attack kit, good usability, overall strong unit. If it matters, I don't know if it does. When it comes to range stun return, this character is getting outclassed in a week, right? That upcoming mid-month, high A, he does a sprinter. It's likely in his innate abilities. This character is getting replaced. We're going to get a new ranged Thermometer killer for mid-month. So wherever that ban is going to be, that character is likely going to be better than Toshiro. So in terms of usability for guild quests, he's going to lose that value as like the best ranged Thermometer killer. I would say S. I would say top of S. Where would we put him? Definitely above Toshiro. Sorry, definitely above Mayuri. Would we say above Aaroniero? Probably too, because you can use him in Limit Breaker. Are we fine with this? Yeah, if he had weakening, I think that's the difference with, I mean, he has the 100%, to be fair, but I definitely do enjoy using Byakuya more than Toshiro from personal preference. Top of S is good. I think more so, he's just not going to age the best. It's only 20%, but like that killer plus that he lacks, you know, does him a bit. But I would definitely put him above these two because he does have better damage output. They have guild quest skills. He doesn't. I would probably agree. Third best heart character. I think that's fine. Do you think he's better than Byakuya? I don't fully disagree with it. But personally, I feel like I'm a bit more happy with this right now. Do you think we need another status element? Probably not. Little tangent. Does anyone have an idea for a new status element? What else is there to do? Because Dominate was the newest status element. And it's basically just Confusion, but better. They, in a way, could have just updated Confusion to be that, you know? I don't think there is anything new to add. Is there? Instant kill and strong attacks? That would be broken. That wouldn't even be broken. It actually wouldn't even be broken. Because, again, like, where it would be broken, guild quests and also epic raids, you know, they're immune to it. Black for each array, but like a broken weakening. But that would also just be weakening, you know? Like, what? I mean, weakening plus another status element would be, I guess, kind of good if they were to combine the two, I guess. Shout out to Phaeton. Potential Hunter Hunter fan. If it would be cool, yeah. I think they kind of missed the opportunity to do that. But in regard to Fear, I do like what they did with Esnot. His first one having weakening and also slow, that was kind of a cool interpretation of Fear, in a way. And then now this new one has like a bunch of debuffs. Kind of cool. Make enemy attacks do 0. At that point, you're kind of just doing the same thing we have, you know? Like, what's the difference between that and weakening? I mean, weakening does 1 damage, sure. But lacerate and dominate in a way can be looked at that because the attacks don't hit you, right? I think at this point, there's not much status elements they could add to the game. I think. I don't know. Right, next up we have Ruruka. So Ruruka is a weird one. Right, Ruruka is a weird one. And she's also our first NAD character that we have in this tier list. Where we place her, and honestly, it like reflects all the other NAD characters because they're all the same. The unfortunate thing with this character is that she's really good. She has everything you want. Any other Guild Quest phase would love a character like this. But she's a melee Quincy killer. So she's going to get paired with Quincy Ichigo. And she isn't. She isn't paired with Quincy Ichigo. You're better off buffing him than using this character. So it's such an unfortunate one where, like, she's good on paper. She's just not needed. Because Ichigo is just that guy, you know? So I want to say S tier just for the skills. But then if we also just reflect on the meta, Ichigo's so good, she's bad. It's basically that simple. She works over Ichigo and Tosh. Even then, I mean, like, if we put her up, the best team for melee Quincy just does not use her. So we can put up mids. Whoa. You see this? I used Ishin. Ishin makes sense, to be fair, because just more damage output. But I assume the full process here is like, Ichigo's killing so fast, you're better off using a strong attack character. Because Ruruka is just not going to have time to even get normal attacks in. She's just going to be too slow. All she's doing at that point is boosting, which at that point you can use Tenjiro. Where is he? You can use Tenjiro for the 30% story per damage boost. So it is one of those ones where you know, on paper, any other Guild Quest phase would love a character like this. She's not bad. It's just that she's so useless in a way. So I'm honestly fine with putting her A tier. I'm probably fine with putting other NAD GQ characters above her in S tier, for example, depending what they do. But it's just the current meta just does not need her. She's one of the most useless characters to date. I've pulled her. I've never used her. And I'm never going to use her. She does have the value of being a human affiliation. So that's kind of nice. So maybe I would put her above Stark. What would we say? Stark or Buraka above each other? Who's above who? Because in a way, I'm more inclined to use Stark. Like, at least Stark has a purpose and he's good at that. Behind Stark, yeah, I'm fine with that. So, you know, maybe in the future, if GQ ever, like, gets a new difficulty, she might be a bit more useful. If NAD characters are good alongside Ichigo, but Ichigo's just... Never has Ichigo, you're not wrong. But you will. But you will. And, like, it's like... In general, if you have Ichigo, this character has zero usability. Zero usability. And, like, again, you're not wrong. Not every person is going to have a character, but it's Ichigo. There are some characters in the game everyone should try and have, right? We know end of year anniversary bring the best characters in the game. It's been the pattern. If you're free to play, if you're paid to play, wherever you are, you always should be saving for end of year. And there's a pity ticket now. So you should hopefully have Ichigo, right? It's same with the upcoming anniversary. If you don't have those Annie characters, what are you doing? You had time to save. With the anniversary, it's different because both Annie characters are likely going to be goods. And, you know, maybe you do get unlucky. You do 25 steps and you don't get both of them. You only get one. Fair enough. But end of year, it was... If you did 25 steps and for some reason didn't get any of the free, it was Ichigo you picked. It was Ichigo you picked. Saw somebody 5-5. Yeah, he's end of year character, right? End of year and anniversary are likely the ones people just have. Every big banner, everyone has. But there are always going to be people that kind of miss out. Should have been a mini no affiliation booster. That would have added... Anything would have added more value to her. I'm a bit... It don't matter. In all honesty, to make it like easier for us, we shouldn't rank in order. But let's just do it. Right, next up, Gremmy. So Gremmy is essentially Ririka, but without a killer. I mean, Gremmy actually has a lot of cool things about him. So Gremmy right now is the only character in the game to have two boost attacks as an SA1 and SA3. We've never seen that before. Maybe we have for an SA1, I'm not too sure. But he has both. Really good. And that SA2, which isn't a boost, is a Vortex. So, like, he's like the perfect NAD character, in all honesty. Because he just has, like, the perfect kit. Every strong attack on this unit is good. SA1, boost. SA3, boost, even more. SA2, Vortex. Good crowd control. Everything about this character is perfect. Now, in regards to the boost, for those that are unaware. So, a normal team boost gives a 30... If it has booster, right? It's like 33, right? 43. It's a 43 attack boost with booster skill. So his SA1 is an 18% attack, defense, and focus increase. It's a lot smaller compared to a normal team SA2 boost, right? But it has a 20-second cooldown and lasts 20 seconds. So with this character in your team, without ever giving the character recharge, he always boosts your team. Only by 18%, but still. Now his SA3, because again, it's the first time we've seen this, it's a 40% attack, defense, and wait, is this with the... This isn't with the booster, right? I don't think it is. So this, I think, is actually 23%. I think it is higher. It's not 18%. And this should be like 53%. I'm pretty sure. They don't stack, but if he uses the SA1 first... Now, he has booster. He has booster. It's just, it doesn't get reflected in the Sword X thing. If he uses the SA3 first, and then he uses the SA1, the SA3 is prioritized. So keep that in mind. There will be no situation where he robs himself of the good boost. So when you use this SA3 for 25 seconds, no matter what, you're going to have that 40% attack boost. With that said, though, my guildmate did actually say something. Let me see if we can actually test it. Is he using his SA3? I'm pretty sure when the character released, he instantly used the SA3. I need to test that because that matters. Not like it matters that much, but we're still going to put on top of S, probably. Not top of S, but high S. Let me actually check what SA3 looks like for him. But in general, as far as NAD characters go, if you're a GQ NAD unit, you kind of want to be designed like Grimmy. And the fact he's a mid-month unit is kind of crazy too. And he's also coming back in a potential good banner. You summoned End of Year and only got asking? Well, hopefully you went to Pity and picked up, you know. So the SA3, oh, that's not what I wanted to do. The SA3, that's kind of a funny SA3. And then the SA1 is the Christmas tree. Does he actually use the SA3 straight away? That'll be good to know. Because Grim is also one of those characters right now where we use him regardless of his killer. We will use him in other Guild Quest phases. So as far as GQ and that characters are concerned, he has like a bit more value. So again, this is an example, right? We're using an Og for this Guild Quest team. By the way, I almost got 53. I got 52.8. I was so close. It's actually super easy. I don't know what I was doing on stream, but let's use Grimmy. And let's just pay attention to what team... Can I tackle off? Okay, there we go. Let's pay attention to what booster uses straight away. Sunday we'll get a GQ unit with Flurry 3 and 4 boost attacks. Imagine it boosted a normal attack stream. That'd be jokes. That'd be really funny. So we want to see the presents. Sorry, the... That's SA2. I don't think he uses the SA3 until later then. Unfortunately, he died. Did he even get to use the SA3 there? Let me look at some videos. Because I never had him. Because that could be a problem. What was it? Melee Soul Reaper Guild Quest. Did anyone... We have a video from a month ago. From Icy. He used the SA3 a month ago. Have they ruined him? I say ruined lightly. We'll try it again. Let me reset the game. Because he should be... He did use the tree. He didn't use the... We need to see the moon, you know? He didn't use it straight away. Try using 14 star on a wetsuit. Do SA3. What I'll do in GQ now, but I'll try that after. I'll screenshot your comments so I can have a look at later. It's 50-50. That'd be a bit off-putting. But as long as you can use the SA3, it's fine. Do GQ show full screens? Yeah, if you have your settings set to max, you'll see it. So SA1 again. Oh, wait, was that was the SA3, right? I think he did just use it. Wait, did they not show it? I do have settings turned to max. I think we actually didn't see it there. He put his hand out, though. I think they maybe just changed the graphics. It doesn't show it now. Hold on. Let me pull up Grammy's video. Grammy came out near the... Kind of mad he came out like 6 months ago. Because I think he used the SA1 straight away, then the SA3 like instantly after. No, the hand was the SA2. Okay. Let's keep restarting until he uses the SA3. His AI uses both randomly. So it's kind of 50-50. Okay. I just want to see. I want to see it for myself. That'd be unfortunate. It would have been better if he used his SO3 straight away. But that might make a bit more sense then. Who would you like for anniversary? Part 1, Bankai Shunzui, Bankai Yama, if it's canon. I don't care if it don't make sense. I'd rather have Bankai Yama than a Lige, personally. Even though I'm down for a Lige. And if it's original, I want an original Yuha Ichigo or Ichigo Rukia. I'll say one again. I have to do the restart. Let's restart. You don't want chicken for anniversary? It wouldn't even be the chicken for me. It'll be his Vostan ditch, and then like the chicken would likely be a Sobomb. Maybe not again, because they didn't do Esnots. Or Monster. I mean, they did Monster Island in the Sobomb at least. I don't know. Original Yuhan Ichigo sounds, yeah, it'd be good, it'd be good. Anything original would be good, to be fair. Stream off topic? It kind of did, but at the same time it didn't. We need to see this, right? Again, I'm likely still going to put him high S, but like I do want to know this for myself. It's important for the character. Because we do use him outside of his Guild Quest phase for the team boost, SA3. Because it's higher than usual, but... if he ain't using the team boost, then it's like, yo, what are we doing? SA1 again? SA2? We'll do like 3 more resets. And then we'll go back to the tier list. But he's S tier regardless. He makes extra ways Alice into boost Ali. That's true too, yeah. It really depends on the timing though, to be fair. Because at least with my team, by the time I finish the extra stage, Okura instantly uses SA2 team boost. When the mission starts. You want Mimihage Jushiro? I mean, unironically, it's possible. I mean, they just did Rangiku zombies, so like, if they do zombie Rangiku, they can do anything else. There we go. So you just got to get lucky with the. So he does do it then. He does do it. That's good to know, I guess. That's good to know. Let me actually reopen the game. Hold on, I forgot to close it. I didn't mean to close it there. Sorry. Yeah, now they gave Okura a stat. I mean, then again, to be fair, I actually do want team boost and barriers and... or barriers actually do. No, do they? I don't think they do. But utility attacks, heals, boost, barriers, I really do want them to start inflicting stat elements. I'm surprised it hasn't happened at all. In how many years? Of BBS? 9 almost, right? Almost 10? Because if we go here... Sergeant Parasol. Parasol Grimjow. Look at that. A boost attack and also paralysis. Why have we not gotten this? Why have we not gotten this ever? Like, this is the only character that does that. Why does it not happen for other characters? Because it's a, in a way, again, it was the same when, you know, the issue we had last year, where a team boost, if you're a ranged character, is classed as a melee attack, and it could ruin a lot of characters. I thought surely at a certain point, Caleb would just allow them to do damage. That way, they can start power creeping a boost, right? I was like, oh, this character doesn't work, but this character will. Their SA2 now does damage on the boost attack, despite them being ranged. So in a way, this is a way for them to power creep boost attacks in a way, right? Like, you can give us another Okuro, the exact same stats and skills, exact same strong attacks, but, oh, this character now has a team boost with a weakening. People would summon for it. But they've not ever done that since that banner there. I think this might have been the banner that introduced boost attacks, to be fair. Someone said Power Solutions is that him? He is, look at that. So, yeah, maybe it's a bug. Maybe they don't. No, they do. I'm pretty sure they do. We can see here. Yeah, status procs. So, bit weird. Would love to see it on other units. Anyway, getting back into it. Grammy, where we put him? Where would we put him on the tier list? I would say I kind of prefer Okura. And honestly, like if I'm choosing someone to use for Guild Quest content as my team booster, I would say I prefer Okura. So I'm down with putting Grammy below Okura. Would we say Grammy's below Mayuri? Would we say Grammy's below Mayuri or above Mayuri? By the way, I watched a summon video, and they said that banner carriage of pull rate has been decreased lately. Is that true? No. I don't know. I don't know the full context, but no. No, every character has the same pull rate. RNG is RNG at the end of the day. You know, going to the point events, right? Since that's been changed. Every week, every new point event, we hear the same people. Not same people. We hear, oh, hold on, guys, is this point event nerfed? The drop rates seem lower than before. No, they're not. They're the same. It's just RNG, you know? Sometimes you get a good luck streak, sometimes you don't. We can't say too much. We have to wait for Mayuri GQ week. We do. That's one thing that came out of Mayuri. I think I'm fine with this for now. Depending how Mayuri performs, you know. Yeah, I would also say too. I'm in terms of a tier list, I do maybe value, even though he has like a lot of usability outside of his Guild Quest phase. I could use Mayuri outside of Guild Quest. I'm not using Grammy outside of Guild Quest, you know. And Mayuri is also a lead for a phase that, you know, maybe doesn't need it, but you know, it's there. Anyway, next up, Saruchi. So I'm not obviously putting a B tier. We'll just have it there for now at the time being. So how are we going to rank Naj units that don't have a team boost? Because it puts them in an awkward position when their Guild Quest phase doesn't have a team booster. So she wants to be using range score 0. Alongside Mayuri, right? No, but alongside these two characters. But it's awkward because like there's no one here that boosts. No one here boosts. So unfortunately you can't use both. And a barrier, I mean, she just heals, right? Is it just heal? It's barrier heal. That's not too bad. But a barrier boost would have made her a lot better. Where would we put Saruchi? She's good in arena? Yeah, she's broken in arena. Oh, do we have arena players in here? No way. I'm here for it. So, to be fair, yeah, barrier and stuff like that is actually really good. And the heals. The barriers in general are really good. And she has last ditch, yeah. This ain't a arena tier list, but hey, if we ever did one of those, I'm down to put her high. You say B? Nah, let's maybe not, because she is still like the best Naj unit for a Guild Wars phase. You know? And B is likely for like Flurry 1 units. I'm excited, by the way, to rank Kanfu and Kenpachi. Because he is unironically might be like A or S. Probably not S, probably A. Why stock A? He's just a farmer. I don't know. It's like they're just in a weird spot. Because I don't use them besides farming. That's really about it. Yeah, no, she's a weird one. I would say a bit better than these characters, because at least she has that value. You know, she's not a team booster, sure, but if that's how we're going to do it, I guess if you're a Naj unit without a team boost, A tier? You know? Because like, she does have a good damage output. Despite not having Flurry 2 everywhere. She has a half stamina boost. Oh, damn. She has a half stamina boost? I didn't even realize that. Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from in regards to Arena then. That's kind of crazy. Why does she have that? So, huh? You know? I think I'm fine with A. Next up, Ruruka. Sorry, Retsu. So, I get another Naj unit for GQ. Range Quincy. Right now. Damn. Those numbers are so... I've never seen numbers that high before. But that's because the comparison right now is Ruruka. A super old unit. So, like, naturally, they're going to be a lot higher. Good Naj unit. He has a heal. Probably same tier as A Saruchi? Like, if we're putting Saruchi in S tier. Sorry, A tier. Likely the same. There's almost no difference here. In a way, she's worse because she doesn't have a barrier. She does buff sword damage, but I don't matter. You're never going to use her. Especially with Rengiku existing now. Same as Saruchi, right? I would... Again, it's like, Ruruka should be better. Ruruka should be better, but, like, she has more value right now because she's actually a meta GQ unit. Like that, probably. Kensei. Kensei's, he's good. He's good. Another GQ Naj unit. Same exact placement as the other characters in a way. This character can boost, though. So he has a bit more value. He has a bit more value. Where we put him? In S tier? Because he is a booster. He is a booster. Does have flurry too. Long reach, good. He has the weakening too. That also, in a way, pairs well with the characters they want to use. The thing is, though, he's not entirely needed. If you're a veteran. Sorry. Because Shinji exists. Now, obviously, Kensei's a lot better. You'll see, Kensei's a lot better. But as like a veteran, I had a 5-5 Shinji. So I didn't entirely need Kensei. Because then again, a 5-5 Shinji is like just a tiny bit better than Kensei. But Kensei has weakening now. With Sonten as the lead, you have the chance to inflict styles elements. So, you know. Mid-hollows mid. Why was he a monthly tier list? We're doing it right now, bro. That's what we're here. That's what we're here. Who said that? I kind of just lost the comment. I think bottom S. Yeah, I think bottom S is fine. I think right now, what we're going to differentiate from Naj units is you're a team booster, you're a lot more valuable. So with that in mind, probably bottom S. But, you know, if someone is very passionate, I know one of my guildmates is, about these characters, you know, in a way, they're all the same tier. In a way, they're all the same tier, you know? But if we're trying to differentiate, you know, between certain characters, let's just play. Let's just play. So next unit, Noitora. Another farmer. Is he better than Stark, though? Is he better than Stark? In all honesty, for me, when it comes to farming characters, do we even care? Do we even care about their damage output? Because am I going to use... If this character is a tad bit harder, am I going to use him over Stark? Where Stark has plus 10 pots, I'm pretty sure, right? So Stark has offered me 10 super links of potions and 5 normal links of potions. This character, he's also offering 10 to be fair, and it's a soul trait. So actually, I would be inclined to use both of these characters here, but who has the better damage output? Frenzy 2, 40% Berserker, SP boost, increased Stasm chance. Stark has 40% Berserker, extra 5% here, that you give to other hard characters. In general, technically, you want to use farmers in co-op, so that actually is quite helpful. Buffing your other units. Increased Stasm chance, 80%. Weaken defense. Does he have a weaken defense? No, he doesn't. Guard Break Havoc. Who has the better kit? We'll be looking at here. So SA1 is a beam, a lunge, and a SA3. Okay. I would say probably just same tier as Stark. I'll probably say Stark's a bit better, I guess. Yeah, better killer too. Sorry, killer, right? Also, maybe not every character has been updated here. You'll see here if I can zoom in. Again, I made the graphics. I originally didn't have the logo for Killer Plus. So I do need to go back after this stream and update some of the logos or the graphics for Killer Plus. The newer units, the ones that I just added today, do have Killer Plus. So you can see there is a difference. Just for those that were wondering. We will go back and fix that. Next up, Menina. E. A tier? No. B? Because she has no guard break, right? Again, this ain't a break bar tier list. Yeah. Probably B. Just for no guard break. It's quite literally just that, no guard break. And the way she's built, she wants to be at low stamina. You're probably not even going to use her in Guild Quest where characters like this can shine to a certain extent. Confusion isn't that good. It's good in Brave Hours, I guess. That's really bad. I think it's just... We are including Brave Hour performance now. Because I do its own separate tier list. C then? No, maybe not C. I'd say B. Just for the lack of guard break. It's quite literally just that. Attribute tier lists make no sense. Killers matter more. I see where you're coming from. However, to do a tier list for killers, we'd have to do like... How many killers are there? Like 410 plus tier list? That's a bit long. That's a bit long. The only value she has technically outside of Brave Hours is now Senkamon. But that's really about it. And even then, there's plenty other Quincy's, you know. Xiaolong. I want to say B tier. He's one of those characters that came out and is like, he has nothing going for him. The only thing he has going for him is the Soul Bomb. You're not using him in Guild Quests. His strong attack, it's alright. His damage output is okay. I mean, it's like an SP boost. I'd say B. I'd probably put him higher than Meninya just because, like, you might get better usage out of him in Senkamon. Good Link, yeah, but we're not talking about links, right? It's worth mentioning, obviously, but that's really about it. This character, basically same tier as Saruchi. I would say lower because he only has Flurry 1. He's quite literally also. Ikaku B tier? I'm probably fine with that. He only has Flurry 1, right? Only Flurry 1. Do we say trait to B? Because only Flurry 1? Yeah. Higher or lower than Meninya? He has Guard Break, right? He has Guard Break, so he's higher. That simple. It's that simple. The debuff does help him out, but yeah, Saruchi is better. And since they're, since one of them isn't a booster, they are competing against each other. So in that regard, Saruchi better. Who would I rank higher? I would probably rank Ikaku higher, because at least you can use him in Guild Quests. You know? Buraka, originally in our original tier list, she was SS tier. She's a weird one. We'll put her in B. Again, we're just going to have her there just for the time being. I would say S or A. I'd say S or A. She's a Limit Breaker unit. Drain on all attacks, good strong attack kit, good damage output for the most part, at least when she released 40% Berserker, 5% more damage off full stamina, Frenzy 2, 8% SP boost, has the recharge built in. Soul Tree is 20% stamina recovery, chance to inflict confusion, or sorry, drain, Sprinter 1. Overall decent unit. For her time, like, she was actually really good. Again, we had her in SS tier. She was actually really good. It's just, now there's no status increase. That kind of hurts her a bit compared to new units. She does have defeat bonus, right? Is there no defeat bonuses here on BBSM? We can pull up here. Shout out to Golden Slayer for the 7 car. Not sure what that is, but I appreciate it. Is Focus only better than SP and GQ? Pretty much. Pretty much, but even then, if you had a full Focus build and you took the character outside of Guild Quests, it likely would still be the same. It's not a big difference, Have you ever considered making content outside of BBS? Oh, Bleach content? I'm not too, I'm not one to really do, like, analysis videos for, like, episodes and theories and stuff like that, but I react to the episodes. That's pretty much about it. For me, this channel, pretty much is Bleach games. Yeah, for, like, anime stuff, manga reaction, that's all you're going to get, reactions, right? So whenever the manga comes back, if it does, we'll talk about that. But this is pretty much like a Bleach gaming channel. And I'm still waiting, by the way, for, hopefully, Soul Resonance and Rebuff for Souls to Dusan. So, this is... Like, I want the French version, unfortunately. What is this? How do we translate? So, damage. This doesn't help. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like full stam, melee range damage, probably strong attack damage. I'm pretty sure one of them is a sad boost. Yeah. This is 20 sad for the entire team. That was like her gimmick. So, overall, it's just more damage and a team boost. Where do we place her, though? On the tier list? Because I would say A. In a way, she's kind of just better than Noitora. Sorry, wait, we just did the wrong one. Where was she? Here? Good unit. For Guild Quest, she's outdated because Grammy exists now. She's good when she has Killer, I guess, when there is just a bunch of enemies, but then she doesn't have an increased damage chance, so it's kind of like... Oh, she was A? Okay. I would say A2. Here? Maybe... I don't know, because at least, you know, even though I kind of like... We're kind of not trashing on this Ruruka, but... At least this character has a use a bit more, technically. Top 5 of Sparta? Unironically, Aaroniero, I think he was kind of cool for what he offered in the story too. He actually had impact. Halibel, Neliel, Okiura. Ooh, top 5 is hard, you know. Barugan, not in order. Barugan, Okiura, Aaroniero, Halibel. That's 4. No, it's 3. It's 4. And probably Grimjow. Check DMs. Nah, I can't even show that, bro. I can't even show that one, bro. That's crazy. There you go. That's all you see. That is crazy, man. Are you mad? That was insane. Yeah, I'll be fine with like low A. Any clue when the O20 ban is going out? Has anyone posted the schedules anywhere? It's soon. It's soon because I would say next week. If it's data mined now, it means it's coming out soon. But it's also Candice is definitely returning just in time for Range Captain Guild Quest. And that happens on like the 16th or something, or 12th. Do I have OnlyFans? Come on now. Low A is fine. All right, we're gonna stick with it. All right, next up, Ichigo. Honestly, I feel like Ichigo's got a bit better, you know. At least when it comes to Guild Quest content. In a way, with Status Element Plus, he's gotten a bit more value. In a way, because his whole thing is to inflict weakening. Again, we use Giselle. Giselle, right? The Mind Serpent Killer. She needs Ichigo to get a good score. And I'm pretty sure we've done the same thing with... We're going to do the same thing with Little Taro. Not entirely the same thing, because, you know. The thing with this character, he needs Killer. He needs Killer. Quincy's or Soripa to do damage. Because his increased status chance holds him back heavy from dealing damage. Because, like, that 100% damage here is only when he has Killer. Quincy, Soripa. Technically, everyone needs Killer too. True. But, like, he needs it more, because he has no built-in Berserker. To be fair, there's a lot of Guild Quest characters that are the same, at least. But at least they have, you know, Guild Quest usage. 2 Killers does add a bit more value to him. What's the best status combination? I would say Weakening and Drain's up there. It might be the best one, because more damage and also sticks them in place. Weakening Lacerate's also good. Weakening plus anything is good. If you can stop them and also deal more damage, that's, like, the best combo. Weakening and Lacerate stops the enemies from attacking you, at least in Guild Quest, because they don't use strong attacks. They don't use normal attacks as well. Weakening Drain isn't good, yeah. Weakening Lacerate, Weakening Paralysis, Weakening Freeze, I think is like the best combination. Burn Lacerate is a good combination for Limber Breaker. So what are we saying for this Ichigo then? S or A? Lower than Tosh? I would say lower than these characters, honestly. Maybe a bit higher than Kensei. Because they should use him. He's definitely S. Because he's an overall good unit. What would we say above Grammy? Weakening freeze coming, hopefully. Hopefully. I feel like it's a good combo that we haven't seen. We kind of just have to wait and see how they handle status plus, because status and plus. Because we haven't, what do you call it? Gotten 2 stars on plus together. Guilquest tier list strikes again? Nah. I mean, we're just valuing Guilquest though, innit? That's why he's an S. Because he's actually really good outside of Guilquest. You know? But to be fair, the places that matter the most is Guilquest and Limit Breaker. Because that's where like damage outputs like really get to shine a bit and strong attack hits. As if is really good. Then again, you know, Mayuri technically has the advantage of actually being the best lead for his Guilquest phase. Ichigo doesn't have that anymore. But outside of Guilquest, maybe this, you know. Maybe that. Or we could do that. I definitely, yeah, I don't feel right putting, even though Grammy has like the usage outside of Guilquest phases, it does feel weird to put a character like him below a Nat unit. Because you can use him outside of Guilquest. Can't really use Grammy. Think you understand how good Mayuri is? Potentially, I don't have him. We haven't been able to test him yet. Yeah, I'd say this is fine. I think I'm fine with this. Because yeah, Mayuri has the advantage too, right? Technically, when he doesn't have killer, he still has that SA free trap that can almost guarantee him the status proc. Ichigo struggles a bit much when he doesn't have killer. I think I'm fine with that. I think we're fine with that. Next up, Yachalu. Probably B tier. No SP boost. No purity. Just frenzy 2. Has some utility. With the barrier. She's the droplet farmer too. I don't even like, you know, when it comes to farmers, again, we're going to rate how good of a farmer they actually are. I don't think droplet farmers have value. I rather value both. So with that, man, I'd say B. I'd say B. We can't do D or E or F or C, like, because eventually we're going to get to like Flurry 1 units. Sorry, Frenzy 1 units. And like, they're going to have to be filling up DC and stuff like that, you know? I think B's fine. She's an SP unit, so I'm a bit more inclined to use her. I'd say in the same boat as Xiaolong. Who's better between her and Xiaolong? Probably her, because at least she has the recharge in between stages and the team buff. And she's a farmer. Yeah, I'll put her above Xiaolong. Even though I don't really care about much about droplet farmers. Tosh is better than Byakuya in everything outside of GQ. Do we agree with that? I don't think so. I think Byakuya has a better strong attack hit. I think Byakuya has better status elements. I think Byakuya has a better EX because he has the vortex. Sorry, Tosh has the vortex. He has the barriers. Byakuya is also going to age better with his killer plus. Tosha in a way technically has a bit more usability. If Tosha had 2 PvE killers, so no affiliation and human, for example, maybe. But like the stun rate doesn't help him. So in a way, outside of Guilquest, Tosha also only has 1 killer. And again, right now, Byakuya is the best lead for his Guilquest phase. Tosha is about to get replaced. We haven't seen it yet, but he's about to get replaced. I would say Byakuya's so bad. Kiryu, ooh. Surely B, right? She's just so bad. It's like, it's one of those characters, man. Like, she's bad. She has no use. Like, the only place she would have had a usage in is Guildquest content. But her SA2 does no damage. Her SA1 does no damage. So, like, outside of Guildquest, it's even worse. So yeah, her SA2 just does nothing. SA1 is terrible. No stats on the SA2. Yeah, she's bad. She's very bad. I don't want to say C though. I don't know if I want to say C. Because again, eventually we're going to get to... I think right now for like a modern day unit, probably the lowest is B. Maybe see if they are really bad, and in a way you could say she's really bad. You know? Because again, we have to eventually... Where are all the original units going to go? Realistically, like, F tier. I kind of want to put her C. Just because of how good she could have been. If they just didn't give her exactly what she had. You know? I want to say B. I think we need to be a bit more fair. I don't know. I'm fine with that. I'm probably more inclined to use her than Menina. Menina is bad? I mean, in a way, technically. At least you could use Menina in Guild Quests. And at least have her do something. Both her and Menina should drop to C. I don't know, you know, because I kind of want to free up spots for, again, the old units. Which we're eventually going to get into. Let's do a poll. What's her name again? Kirio. I mean, regardless of what we put her, we all agree she's bad. So, you know. Old units will most likely go in C. Because, again, we mentioned it last time, right? I think there's quite a big difference between this Byakuya and also this Noritora. But, to most of us, the F tier. Like, it makes no difference. You know? Maybe some resurrectable units shine a bit more. I think you can get a bit more usage with this character. Ichigo, for like Senkaman content, really is about it. It's quite literally 50-50. I think I'm going to put bottom of B. If it's that close. F based on when she was released. B based on everyone. I think that's fine. Right now it's 52% C, but... I don't think I'm ready to put any C characters yet. Frenzy 2 in C? Bro, again, it's like she's clickbait, bro. She does have good skills. 60% Berserker. Frenzy 2. More damage to paralyzed enemies. And an SP boost. Some units would kill for that nowadays. But no, her strong attack kit is that bad. It's that bad. Nowadays, not that many characters get ruined by strong attack kits. Because usually everyone has at least some good strong attacks. But she is bad. Most are saying C. But let's do bottom of B. I think C tier has to be like good Frenzy 1 units. You know? Which, unironically, is Momo next. Momo, I would probably say, is same as Yachiru. She has Frenzy 1, but she has 100% more damage to enemies. So it's a bit different. It's like, oh, she only has Frenzy 1. It's a bit different. Frenzy 1, 100% damage boost, droplet farmer. It's quite literally just Yachiru. Yachiru's a better killer, though, right? No, they both have equally bad killers. I would say Yachiru's better. She's a farmer, though. Droplet farmer. It's like, yeah. What's Yachiru? Just put her below Yachiru. Kind of funny we're putting Momo above her. Next up. Oh, this is the weird one. Halloween Noel. A character that plays, on her release, played like a character that came out a year ago. Done dirty, in my opinion. And ultimately our first Frenzy 1 unit, besides with SP boost. Frenzy 1, 80% SP boost, 40% Berserker, no increased Dazzlement chance. She does have the Vortex, though. She's a good strong attack hit, besides her SA1. Right now, first opinions is like A or B. And honestly, though, she should have Frenzy 2. She came out after Aizen. A year after Aizen, right? 7th Annie, bro. And, you know, maybe this isn't something you can consider on a tier list, right? You should be basing everyone at level 1. SP. Sorry. Special level 1. 7th Annie Ichigo, when we eventually get to him, you know, a lot of us that still use 7th Annie Ichigo, we're using him max transcended, likely. And same with 690 Eisen. You're likely using him max transcended, right? If you're still using him to this day. Noelle is the character you're not going to get dupes of. You're really not. So you're using her at 1.5. She came out... Did she come out? Don't say she came out after Fanny. Oh, man. How are you releasing Yachiru? Frenzy 2. Good Berserker. More full stamina damage. Rampage. Trap effect. And 2 months later, a Burn the Witch collab, mind you, which, like, the last one set a high expectation. Macy and Bruno were like the best characters in the game at the time. And you released Frenzy 1? I don't like her playstyle. I don't think she's that good. She's worse than Ruruka, who's bottom A. So does that mean bottom S? Bottom B, sorry? Because she's definitely not better than Ruruka. I'd say B. I'd say top of B, probably. I think B's fine. Based on our current tier list. She has that going for her. In a way, you also could say that, you know, these characters are better because they have value in terms of farming. She doesn't. But I'd say top of B. For the time being. Which, damn, does that mean we're about to put Yamamoto in B tier? When it gets to the power attribute? Yama's better. Because it's summon damage. He still has that going for him, at least for Senkamon. She does have value for Senkamon, that's true. So again, the Burn the Witch characters are returning, by the way. We are getting a Burn the Witch rerun potentially soon. Or a new banner, I don't know. But they are bonuses. They are bonuses. So likely a rerun. Sorry, I'm not even hiding. I'm not even showing the screen, my bad. Burn the Witch characters are returning. I would like to say, like, pull on it because... What do you say? Because the no affiliation. Like, if you know you don't have, like, good no affiliation units, you know, they're good to have. But then again, you know, if there is the possibility of us getting a new Burn the Witch banner, which there might be this year, not to leak anything, but I've already spoke about it, there could be a potential swimsuit banner after anniversary. It could be Burn the Witch. Because why else would we get a second swimsuit banner? Hopefully it's Burn the Witch then. And if that's the case, maybe we should skip it. Because they should be fillers. But yeah, I'd say B tier. I'd say B tier. You have no Burn the Witch units? In that case, it's good to do August end of month swimsuit Burn the Witch. I would hope so, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything about what end of month, post anniversary or even anniversary could be. But yeah, I've heard we could be getting a second swimsuit banner, so maybe that would be Burn the Witch swimsuits. We'll find out. Maybe they are June end of month. We don't know. We don't know. Next up, Oak. So, Frenzy 1, 40% Berserker, more damage to enemies not inflicted with an ailment, increased stats and chance to inflict drain. He is the buffer. He does have that going for him. His damage output, honestly, like, it ain't bad. It's only Frenzy 1. There's no SP boost. But he does have, like, what? 40% Berserker. Plus another 40%. Plus another 20. Different multipliers, but let's just combine it. 100% strong attack damage increase. Frenzy 1. And 40% more damage. And this does have value. Because when it came to the guild quests for Espada, when we used the other Okio, we actually did use this character. So he is a good buffer for future Arankas, yeah. With that in mind, I would still probably say B tier. Because you're not really going to use him. He could have been our first C tier character, maybe. But he does have the boost. With the buffs in mind, we can put him there. Maybe. That's really about it. Above Momo? I think I'm fine with above Xiaolong. Because in a way, their damage output is basically the same. Not entirely, but he has a better killer too. Right, next up, Killgate. Finally a good unit, man. Who's next? When we put in Killgate? I was the S tier. We actually did beat Guild Quest with him. Granted, he was 3-5. I think 2-5 would have been fine too. But I would love to say he's a Limit Breaker king. But we don't use him much in Limit Break anymore. At least I don't. I'm not sure when the last time I used him. But Frenzy 2, 80% Berserker, Rampage, damage at more to drained enemies, more damage at full stamina, heart attribute damage, strong attack boost, recharge. I'm messing up all the words here. Overall good unit. In Guild Quest meta, might have fallen off a tad bit. You know, Bambi and also S not a better, but that doesn't matter. He's a good character. Where would we put him on the tier list though for S? Because he's definitely an S tier. I would say he's around the Ichigo tier, like an overall good unit. Falling a tiny bit off compared to some of the newer characters that have better status procs and stuff like that. Below Ichigo, I think I'm fine with that. I mean, you can go back and forth, you know, who's better than who, but the main thing is that we all agree that S tier. That's basically about it. Next up, Rengiku, Link's off Farmer. In her case, probably right next to... Again, the thing is, right, this would have been really good. Linkshot trials, in terms of just farming Linkshot posts in general, have gotten significantly easier. So, like, all this damage doesn't matter anymore. So, again, we're looking at just the value she has. And she has +5 and +5. And droplets. Sure, great. Good all-rounder. But she's basically just the exact same as this character here. I would say... Here. Bottom of A. SSS, you lot are down bad. I'm dreading when we do the swimsuit tier list. Not tier list for swimsuits, but, you know, we are getting swimsuit characters eventually. All you lot are going to say SSS for all three of those characters. Top of B? I can maybe back that. Because she is, in terms of farming value, she isn't, she's been dethroned twice. I'd say top of B is fine. Because for Link's off farming value, she's not in the same tier as these units that are +10. So I'd say top B. And I'm more likely to use Rangiku over her because she's not anything. At least she's a farmer. I think I'm fine with that. Please do a tier for swimsuits. I have done it in the past. She can do good in Senkaman. To be fair, even every BT character can do that too. So yeah. That means, does that mean we're about to put Tensor in BT too? But this is why we're updating it, right? This is why we're updating it to maybe closely reflect the overall game right now. Because our previous tier list, I think this character was SSS. Was she not? Let me pull it up. Sorry, SS. Or at least top of S. Let me pull up the speed tier list, because that was the problem. Granted, this was 7 months ago, but, like, if I continue to update the tier list the way I was ranking characters before, like, way too high. Look at the difference already that we've made. Oh, let me do that. So, we're already making quite a big distinction between the current units, you know? And that would mean, the speed one, I think, was the one that was too full. Look at SS. Granted, to be fair, we actually did move down Tensor. Alright, next up, Kugo. Kugo is essentially the exact same as Okura for humans. Right now, he only has that going for him, a team buffer for humans. Heart ones in particular. But there's, like, no good heart human. So, it's like, it was just Ruruka. And Ruruka's in B tier. So, or A. Oh. Did not mean to show that. I would probably say C because no one needs his buffs. You know, and he has a lower damage output compared to at least Ogre had like 100% Berserker. You know, 100% more damage. He has 40 and Frenzy 1. Also, Okura, again, the difference between the two, right? Because he is very similar to Okura. His damage output, you know, is tied behind the weakening. When the weakening procs, great. You do 40% more, then an extra 35, then an extra 50. When you inflict the status ailment, you do more damage. But he also doesn't have an increased status ailment chance. So it's super inconsistent, especially with Frenzy 1. So I'm honestly fine with putting him C tier. Top of C. Because there is a difference between him and Okura. Like, if Okura is B tier, this character is a tier below. He has worse buffs. There's no good character that can use it right now. If we get a future human, maybe better. But no, like, this character's damage output, quite literally, is very similar to resurrectable units. Some resurrection characters have high damage output, so I'd say C tier. And he might be joined with the next character, because next character is the human killer, Xyalopolo. Frenzy 1, 40% poison damage. An extra 40. Again, he has the team buff. He's very similar to Okura. They both do the same thing. In terms of boosting, they both do the same thing. But Okura has a way better kit. This character's strong attack kit is terrible. He has a vortex that places in front of him, right? That is terrible for an SP unit. If I was to use him or Okura, I'm more inclined to use Okura. For GQ purposes, I'm using them both equally. They're both the same. But no increased stars on chance. Frenzy 1. Bad strong attack kit, like significantly worse. Let me move that over there. I'd say C tier. I'd say worse than... I guess he has the guild quest value. We put him a tad bit higher. But they're both bad. I'd say C tier. Right, Bruno. Bruno's a weird one. Doesn't have what a lot of new characters have nowadays. And unfortunately for guild quest content, he's been heavily replaced by Kenpachi. Disregarding that, though, Holo and also Espada, so that's some value, right? You know, he has 2 killers. He has Frenzy 2. No gauge. Sorry, he has a gauge effect. And when that gauge activates, it reduces the strong attack cooldown by 30%. Really good. He gets a 50% SP boost. And also 100% more Berserker. So there's that. And then Longstride Marauder. I'm feeling an A. I'm feeling an A for this character here. Where in A? Where did we have him before? In our last list. Like, who did I rank higher before between Ruruka? I put basically, I would say same tier as Ruruka. I want to say that. Are we fine with that? New players might be good for no affiliation? Yeah. Potentially. But again, hopefully, when we do get affiliation too, the idea is that all affiliation towers are active at the same time. So if you can't really beat most of the no affiliation tower, but you can beat most of the other ones, you know, it's not that bad. Ruruka Bell? We fine with that? Because, yeah, just, again, like, these characters just, they have something to offer on your account, you know? These are farmers. Even though I don't farm much, if I was to ever farm, I'd be using these characters. Ruruka, even though we kind of trash his character for being, like, no one to buff, at least she has the buff from this character here. No affiliation has no one to buff him, and he kind of needs the buffers, especially because Melee Espada has, like, no good Naj units, basically. So it's even worse. But he's still okay. I'm kind of fine with this. Again, you know, if you're that strict about it, maybe he is better than these characters, you know. But at the end of the day, they're both A. They're both A. It makes no difference. Gauge is his restriction, not his bonus. That's it too, to be fair. I don't like gauge characters anymore. Only Owetsu is the good gauge character. A lot of the gauge characters, it feels like the damage bonus they get is a restriction. It doesn't feel like a bonus a lot of the times. Yeah. No status increase too. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Next up, Tesla. I'm pretty sure Tesla's just another farmer. With that in mind, we're just going to look at how many pots he does give us. And with that in mind, like, that's probably just 5, right? It's just 5, not even super pots. He does give droplets. I'd say here. Maybe less than that. Maybe here. That's really about it. Does he buff someone? No. 60% damage slash rate. Frenzy 1. Yeah. Honestly, C? Maybe. Yeah, because at least they have more damage. They at least have something. He's just plus 5 pots, droplets, and he's not even like the best. At least these characters are like the best droplet farmers. You can make the case that we don't need droplets, but at least if you do need droplets, you're using these characters. You know, you're using these two. I think I'm fine with C. I think I'm fine with C. Would I put him probably put him lower? Because at least these can buff. Sun. Another farmer. Crystal and Jaws, that's whatever. You don't even need them. With links or farmers, you need links. If you're farming links or potions, you need links or potions. Droplets, you need them. When it comes to crystals and Jaws, you do not need them. You can just farm the point of it and be good. Who's next? Sun. So she's just plus 5, right? Frenzy 1, 40% Berserker, more co-op damage, has the Havoc at least. Did Tesla have Havoc? I don't know. I would say like probably same tier as she has more damage a bit. Like in a way, she has 100% Berserker, right? You can look at it like that. 100% strong attack damage increase. With the Havoc, only plus 5 links or potions though. I want to say a bit higher than these characters, though. I'd say low B2. Probably like here. Unironically, probably better than Kiryu, because at least if I might use it as a soul trait. You know, I might do something like that. Here, probably. You do need the link. I guess for cards like this, we can consider the value for the link aspect. Like that, probably. I think is a bit better. Right, next up we have Kaname, my boy. Me boy. One of my most used characters, funny enough, because I did a lot of farming when he came out. Really good art. Really good visuals. Really like this character. Frenzy 2. So he has that going for him. Droplet farmer, links of farmer, and super links of farmer. So, pretty much same tier as Rangiku. Like, they were basically the exact same. I would say a bit lower, though. Maybe here. Like that. I might actually put him higher. I think that's fine. Again, on our previous tier list, he was a bit lower. I had Kiryu above her, damn. I'm kind of fine with that. He does get the movement speed. He's a farmer, droplet farmer, links or farmer, super links or farmer. He's a lot worse, though. But then again, links or Trows has gotten easier. So he was a bit hurt more before, you know. Like, before, there was a massive difference between these two characters. Because she cleared significantly faster. She didn't care about Killer. He did. He was also heavily nerfed, because when there were no free Asian enemies, there was immunity to drain. Now there's none of that, so I think this is fine. I would say they're basically the same. I'm maybe a bit more impressed with that character. Another Link's a farmer. I think she's just plus 5. I think she's a lot of full stun damage, though. Good Link. 40% Berserker. Damage to Frozen. Frenzy 1. 5 Links or Potions. More damage at full stamina. No Havoc, though. Keep that in mind. No Havoc. No Havoc. At this point, now we have to start looking at Havoc. So, you're lacking it. These characters, I'm pretty sure, aren't. Unless we missed someone. I don't think any of these characters are lacking Havoc. Maybe Momo was. I would say better than Tesla. Better killer. I think I'm fine with that. Better than Tesla? Yeah, definitely better than Tesla. But better than these two characters? I mean, technically in terms of playability, I kind of want to put him down just because he has like a worse kit. I know he busts characters, but no, like his character is that strong attack kit is bad. I want to put this character bottom C. I'm fine with this. Right, Kisuke's up next. Kisuke's a weird one because he's a GQ character with no immunity. Like, he was designed for guild quests and doesn't have immunity. He's got a debuff, though. In terms of how we rank him, though, he is only a Flurry 1 character. So, in a way, he's very similar to Ikaku. But in a way, worse, because you've got to give him that immunity. You're definitely a B-tier unit. Where in B-tier, though? No, he gets above C. But then he's almost the exact same as Ikaku. Does he at least have guard break? Yeah, he does have guard break. So he's better than Mininya. Where is he? Okay. So around here, probably. And people are also using him. Why Berserker 60 for a Nag unit? A lot of characters back then, there weren't that many skills back in the day. And this character came out like, not too long ago, like 2 years ago. But it was quite common for a Nag unit to have like high Berserker and Flurry. And then an SP unit, strong attack damage unit, to have high Bruiser and just Frenzy. That way they were kind of balanced out. That was like the thought process. I would say around here. Around here, I'd say. Again, you can put him right below Ikaku, but I'd say here. Right, Ichigo. Ichigo. A unit. A very weird unit. Because he has a good damage output, a good strong attack here. Very fun unit. But he has no place that he excels in. No place that he excels in. So I don't want to put him S tier. Because there's quite a big difference between him and Kyogre. I do feel A is a good place for him. Under Bruno? What happened last time? Yeah, he was basically right next to Bruno and Ruruka. So nothing's really changed with these characters. Probably below Bruno. I think I'm fine with that. Again, great unit. Great unit. If you're super new to the game, honestly, this character might have a lot more value than you. For you than a lot of these characters here. But I think as you approach like endgame and stuff like that, you rarely ever get to use this character. In a way, he is basically just this character here with more damage output. In a way, technically, she has more value because at least she's a farmer. But I would still prioritize this character to be higher. I'd say bottom of A. You know? Right, next up. Ooh. we're around 7th anniversary period right now. CN, man. Does he at least have Frenzy too? Right now, honestly, in this current day and age, he's being a bit, not carried, but the status procs are good. The fact that he has Drain, Burn and Lacerate is good. Honestly, he don't even have like that much of a bad kit. It's just that SA1 is terrible. Very bad. But only 21 and 40% Berserker, and a lot of his damage is tied behind that. He does have the increased 1000 chance. I want to say, I feel like we're maybe overselling B tier right now. But then again, a lot of these characters are kind of the same. I want to say in terms of damage output and play-wise, he is very similar to Okura. But then Okura at least has the value of being a buffer. So I would say maybe above Xiaolong. It feels right with this character. No, then Xiaolong has Frenzy too. So here, at least Shalong's a bit more consistent. I'm fine with very low B or top C. Drop Kira Mininya. You are quite adamant about that. Let's do it. Let's do a poll. Drop Mininya and Kirio to C. Yes or no? Why is that not well high? Compared to the other characters, like she has Frenzy 1, a good strong attack kit, besides the SA1. She's still decent. Like B tier is basically just like B tier right now is kind of like average units. That released like a couple years ago. Still have their usage, not the best of the best anymore. That's about it. Kirio maybe, but Mininya no. But Mininya has nothing going for her. Because she has no guard break. You're not going to use that sort of Guild Quest or Brave Battles. And even in Guild Quest, you're not using her. In a way, the thing that Kirio has over... Sorry, the thing that Mininya has over Kirio is basically... Is the fact that she's a Quincy. So you can use at least in some Senkamon stages. She does have an increased chance, but neither does anyone here. This is kind of like the Frenzy 1 area for B tier. Good strong attack hit, Frenzy 1, and some extra bonuses. Anything below that is kind of like yikes. Besides Kirio, because Kirio is bad. We have 73% yes, so we're ending it. Kirio can be used in harder Senk. I don't know. Barely. Again, we can't overstate how bad she is in terms of just playability. And then again, she's it's not like if there was a Squad Zero Senkamon quest, I would rank her a bit higher, but there's no. You can use captains. There's plenty of other captains. So CN, where would we put him? Around here, probably. I would probably say a bit better than these characters. That's about it. Toshiro. I think he's another Droplet Farmer. Droplet Farming Frenzy 1 does boost heart characters. That's about it. Heart captains. It does stack with Mugetsu. And full record, again, certain units are going to get a bit valued on soul traits. I think Rangikyu and also Mugetsu, their soul trait values should be considered in where they get placed in the tier list, for the records. Droplet Farmer is kind of whatever, because they're the only ones. There are plenty of those. But Mugetsu, like, even if you're not using him, he's a really good soul trait. So I feel like Mugetsu should get ranked on his soul trait. Not alone, because he's also a good unit, but that's definitely something to consider when we get to the power tier list. For this character, though, Droplet, it's only 30% though, so like, he's not going to get higher than the other units. He is a buffer. So there's that, I guess. Resurrected soul traits? Probably not. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see when we get to him. I just think because Mugetsu is the only one that does that. So you have to consider his soul trait because of how much it's used, you know. B+. Burst Toshiro, Byakuya, and Small Farmer. I don't know. I'd say C+. Or around C. Around here, honestly. He does have the buffs. So he does have that going for him. But it really is, like... What he does isn't unique, though, right? I'm pretty sure we have plenty of other heart buffers. Maybe not plenty of other, but... What does kill him? Quincy. This character you're never using. You're never using this character for what he does. It will just be for the droplet. And at least it's a soul trait. So you don't have to use them, actually. And it will be to buff Byakuya and Toshiro. And that's about it. So I kind of want to just see there, honestly. Yuha's up next. Why is Big Mama Kirio C? Because she's terrible. She's terrible. She is probably... Again, we probably said before. She's the only character that is going to be that low for the damage output she has. Because she has good damage output, technically. But no, she's bad. I feel like she should be C just because of how bad she plays. Even though she has a good strong attack kit. Sorry, skill kit. Yuha is basically Benigna Baba. You know? Berserker 50 on a Brave Battle unit is crazy, by the way. He has Flurry 2. He has at least Paralysis and Drain. He has the booster. And he also has Guard Break, right? He has Marauder. He does have Guard Break. Okay, there we go. So in terms of like outside of Brave Battles, he is basically Benigna Baba. Again, we're not considering Brave Battles, for the record. So I would say by default, he should be a tier higher. B tier. Probably here. Bottom of B. Is about it, probably. He's falling in Brave Battles. He's falling off, but he has his place, technically. Next up is Isane. Isane is a Link Shot farmer and Droplet farmer. Good epic raid unit, I'm pretty sure, right? Damn. I might back the S tier for the art, you know. Wait, when was the last time we done a swimsuit to this? But then again, not to like spoil upcoming banners, but like, if we're potentially getting more than one swimsuit banner, so like, if I do a swimsuit banner, when it's appropriate in June, it'll be outdated after like a month or two. I think I did swimsuit tier list based on soul bombs. We'll definitely have to do that, though. So plus 5 links up potion, 30% droplet, that's basically about it. Frenzy 1, more damage of full stamina, has the SA3 charge effect with the heal, does reduce, nothing special nowadays. In a way, I would say worse than, it feels weird to put her in C tier. It's definitely B or C with our current units. Momo and also, again, you know, you can make the case you're not going to use droplet farmers that much, but at least if you were to farm droplets, you're definitely going to use those two over her. You're not going to use this character over Rangiku, and a massive Isane fan. You're not going to use this character over the two +10 farmers here, you know? Above Tesla? Okay. Yeah, in a way, she is Tesla tier. I would say a bit higher. A bit better than Hallibell. A bit better than this character. Around C? Is this fine? Because she is just Frenzy 1. And Booster and stuff. Shinji is next. Shinji has held up relatively well. In all honesty. I still used him until I pulled just Kensei now. This week. Only Flurry 1 though. Only Flurry 1. So with that in mind, I think he would have to be around B tier. But maybe he can creep into A. Because he has the team boost. By default, skill-wise, like, these characters are better. Because they have Flurry 2. They are a tier above him in a way. But he has a boost. So I feel like for a character like this, he shouldn't be in the same tier as Dikaku. Even though their damage output's the same. But he has the boost. So with that, I think low A. Kensei does exist. But not everyone has Kensei. But even then. I don't know. Depending on the unit, he doesn't take stat. Then again, he inflicts weakening. I think low A is fine. Yeah, I think low A is fine for the fact that he can still be used. He's perfectly usable. It's the team boost that puts him up. If he didn't have a team boost, yeah, because it does feel right? He's a tier above Ikaku because Ikaku doesn't boost, but he's a tier below this character because he doesn't have Flurry 2. You know. Then again, he's in the same tier as, but then, again, Ruruka is this low because she has like no usage. Ikaku, Ichigo makes him useless. All right, we might be here for a while, you know. We might have to do a 2-part. But then again, it'll get a lot easier. Like, a lot of these characters are going to get thrown to F tier. Right, Chad is next. Chad's okay. As a character, he's a really good Link. If we were doing tier list based on links, he's SS. You know? Best Link in the game. But he is bad. He is bad. Like, he has Frenzy 1 and 40% Berserker. No status procs, only 17% droplets. You are not using this character. D tier? B tier at best? If we consider his Link, yeah. But then it gets a bit iffy. Because, you know, for a new player, I don't know. I think if we start valuing every character's Link, it gets a bit iffy, sticky. Again, I already mentioned, I feel like for Link's aspects, only like Mugetsu and Rangiku should be considered, because they're the only ones. And in a way, he's like, there's plenty of characters that do what he does, but he does it the best, in a way. I'd say D tier, man. Again, I feel like we occasionally, I think I occasionally do tier list for Links, like Resurrection tier list and stuff like that. I think everyone would consider him a really good Link, but his damage output is bad. It's super low. It's worse than most of these characters here. So I think for that alone, ooh, Aizen. Where do we place him? Aizen, my goat. My dreamy king. He was S tier. He held SS for a while, maybe longer than he should have. Aizen's a weird one. I mean, by default, right? He's kind of in the same tier as these characters. Because of what he offers. Where would I put him, though? A+? Aizen's given for free, by the way. If you're a new player, you get to pick him, like, on launch. When you start the account. It's like him and Sam Fanny you can pick, which is kind of cool. They updated the beginner's ticket. He does have 2 killers. But, like, it's basically 1, because Captain Killer doesn't help him anymore. Captain's only good at, like, noticeable in guild quests, and now there's poised enemies, so he gets hurt quite bad. There's no way to stop the enemies. His damage output is low, but then again, his resurrection, which is next year, right? He could get resurrected in 6 months. He's either getting resurrected for 11th Annie or end of year. Because that's when 5th Annie was resurrected. So, like, he actually could get up a bit. Like, if he gets an SP boost, and look at Kenpachi's resurrection. You know, like, resurrection have noticeably been getting better with the most recent batch. So, there's a possibility we get him back up to A tier in the future. But definitely a B tier. Definitely a B tier. Below Noel or above Noel? It feels so weird to have him in B tier, man. We might have to do a... Zelion, what is man asking, blood? Of course we are, blood. You think he's aged better than some of the aces? I don't know. Bottom of AR respect. The thing is, though, compared to Noel, at least he has a better strong attack 1. If you do want to consider it, then again, you can consider that for this character too. Hollow affiliation is maybe even more rare compared to no affiliation. It's either top of B or like bottom of A. Noel has follow-up? Wow, we might have to let... People could be biased. I mean, Till is inherently biased to a certain extent, but let's just do a poll. A or B tier? Because I can kind of agree with Kyle. He does have a consistent damage output. He doesn't see the high of the highs compared to some of the characters in A tier, but it is consistent. Mari's nose does look like a curse. You're actually not wrong. But I wouldn't mind giving him A tier just out of respect. Maybe not every character would get that respect, but he's better than Bruno, if you ask me. He does have 2 killers still. Noel's follow-up, he has Frenzy too. Yes, sir. In a way, you know, the two killers do help a tad bit. Yeah. I think I'm fine with A. I mean, you lads avoid 60% said A. We can do A. We're ranking them based on the current state. But, you know, if a character's aged well, that also goes to show, you know, like... you know, how good of a unit they still are, in a way. No SP boost. Let's quickly pull up what Eisen has. Because it is kind of low, to be fair. I don't know. The more I think about it, maybe B tier works. Then again, the status proxy he does have, Weakening Drain is a good combination. No increased status of enchant, but he does have Frenzy 2. He only has 20% full stam and Frenzy 2. It's so crazy looking at this now, like, oh, this isn't that good. But like back when he came out, this was game changing. He was the first character to have, you know, 2 status elements. Reed Super Dodge was broken at the time because Arena was new. So he was like the best character. Best strong attack hit. This was an Annie unit. Tsurugi. Did Tsurugi beat 2 EX 1-5 Eisen? There's no way Eisen's 1-5. Yeah, I think we kind of got to do B. I think his resurrection though will save him. He really is like very similar to Noel. I kind of prefer him over these characters. I'll take top of B. And yeah, he was also a Brave Out unit. This character is forever goated in Brave Souls. But nowadays. Next up, Gin. Another Flurry 1 unit. That's basically about it. At least he has immunity, right? Paralysis immunity, yeah. He has Guard Break, though. Good Nudge unit. Crazy that Noelle can be compared to him. That's more of a bad thing on Noelle, to be honest. Because, like, she shouldn't have been compared to him. In all honesty. So, Gin would be... probably, like, low B. He's another just GQ character. You can make a case you don't need him anymore. At least Kisuke has to use it. Yeah, maybe we could back C, you know. Because as far as GQ nav units are concerned, Ikaku can still be used. Kisuke is still being used. I guess you can make HC still being used, but there's a lot of other like, good nav units out there. Tsurugi did 1-5? I mean, maybe it more so goes to show the Nad units that he used. When was this? 4 months ago. It wasn't too long, actually. So we cleared 2 extra levels. But the extra levels, again, it's more so the Nad units started doing that than him. I mean, regardless, he's a B tier. Right now, we would just be deciding where to place him in B tier, you know? But also notice how Tsurugi's not using Gin. So, you know? So, where we sitting Gin? Who's top 1 character right now? Probably this Ichigo. It's either him or Grumby. This Ichigo or Grumby. Gin is ranged. Gin is a ranged unit. Really good nat string, by the way. Like, he has the best beam attack where it's a melee collision. Really, really fun nat string. He might be like one of the best nat units in terms of nat string animation. Like, it's super quiet, comes out. So he's definitely, again, it's kind of like, it's B or C, really. I'd say B just because he has guard break. I'd say around here. I think that's kind of fine. I think that's about it. There are better characters than him, but he is kind of just like a GQ nat unit. Flurry 1, guard break. That's really about it. I want to say higher than Mininya because Mininya doesn't have guard break. Like, at least you can use Gin outside GQ. And he'll be fast. He's a ranged character, so he has that advantage. So with that in mind, maybe here. Because at least you can... Again, you're picking and choosing where, like, you would place, but it's around here. It's like here, probably, I guess. I don't know. I think I'm fine here. Yoruichi. Yoruichi might have aged better than Aizen, in all honesty. If I'm being honest. Is that weird to say? Because when she came out, it was like, yo, who's better, her or Aizen? It was Aizen. But I feel like nowadays, why is 690 Aizen low? He just doesn't hold up anymore. Nowadays, I'm maybe more inclined to use this character. But it is only Frenzy 1. Damn, it's so low now. The damage output is so low. This was good back then. You know? But like... Frenzy 1, 80% SP boost with the Berserker, more damage at full stamina. And I kind of value the increased Asm enchantment more nowadays. But it is only against mind enemies. She's a good kit. Again, her resurrection will be soon. Not soonish, but we are about to finish Khan World soon. And then eventually start Safwi. Safwi should start around, maybe near the end of the year. And her resurrection, again, if what we got with Kenpachi and stuff, like, if that just turns to Frenzy 2, that's good. Frenzy 2, 80% SP boost. And any extra damage is going to be like, I mean, we might get into Frenzy 4 territory in the future, but that's not bad. You know? She's a mini Kyogre. Maybe she can't go any higher than B, though. Because look at the difference. These characters have Frenzy 2 and stuff, and high Berserkers and, you know, stuff like that. She would have to be by default B tier, I would say, with our current situation. Maybe around here. Again, you might think we're overranking Aizen, but it's all the same. It's B tier. Definitely a B unit. Definitely a B unit. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Is Kyogre still that good? Yeah. I mean, depending on, like, what you do. Kyogre is one of those units where, like, and it's same with Ichigo, where I don't use them at all that much, but, like, it's not like they're bad. Like, Kyogre is still one of the 5 characters in the game that have Rampage. That's good. His damage output's good. And we did use him to beat Guild Quest. Power above Nad Shinji? I don't know, though. She only has Frenzy 1, you know? Nad units kind of get ranked differently. Because they haven't changed that much, to be fair, besides Flurry 2. In the same tier as Ruroka, is a bit crazy, because, like, she has Frenzy 2, high Berserker, more damage at full stamina. This character only has Frenzy 1. So I would say around here. Findor is up next. He's kind of like a whatever unit. He's a Flurry 1 unit, but not designed for Guild Quests. Flurry 1, 20 Bruiser. Damn! And slow? Oh. That's almost nothing. It's C or D. Yeah, good link, sure. Even for his time, his damage output was low. It was low. Does he have Guard Break? He has Guard Break at least. But that damage output is low. I would say D just for the damage output. Momo's up next. Like, 20 Bruiser is bad. There'll be Flurry... Kenpachi has a... Then again, Kenpachi has like a high damage output than most characters, but... we'll get to... When's Flurry 1 time? Like, this character here has a high damage output, probably. Who's another Flurry 1 unit? Grimjaw has a high damage output, especially now with Resurrection. You have a high damage output. Toki has a high damage output. There's a lot of characters with a higher damage output than him, so... D tier. Next up is Arena Momo. Frenzy 1. Another D tier? Frenzy 1, more damage at full stamina, 20%. That's about it. The SA2, I'm pretty sure, is classed as melee attack. She has 30 droplets, but that's about it. I think that's another D tier. Then again, these characters are Frenzy 1, but she has like low Berserker. It probably would be low C, because at least she has droplets. How good would you say the follow-up skill is? Follow-up is really good, in my opinion. It's not like amazing. Hypothetical, if this Kensei, it's only good at Nan units, by the way. If this character had follow-up, it makes no difference. But it's a nice quality of life skill, in my opinion. In some cases, in Guild Quest, it might help out. Because then, you know, if an enemy's knocked over, sometimes you don't always kill all the enemies. With your strong attack, you might actually hit the enemy. Isn't Shinji the first resurrected character? Yeah, I think he is. He is. We've had increased Dazzlement chance to all attribute and to attribute killer, but the new Shinji was the first one. Can't feel Shinji. Hidden jump sounds good to farm. But the thing is, if you're basing it on farming, you're not going to use her over these characters, you know, who have, I think just by that, yeah, like she only increases droplets. Like, why would I use this character over Isane? She has droplets and also blink shot potions. This character also, I'm pretty sure, has droplets, but at least he has it as a soul trait. I much prefer the soul trait droplet boost. And he also has a boost for characters like this, so you get to use him a bit more. I think she really is just that D tier. No. Another nudge unit. 40 Bruiser this time. And Flurry. No, 60 Bruiser this time. 60 Bruiser, Flurry 1. No guard break though, right? Yee. No guard break. So, same tier as Findor. Did Findor have guard break? I think he did. So, at least Findor had guard break. Who do we say is higher though? Maybe, no? More damage? That's about it. And she had a bad SA1 too. Definitely a D-tier unit. Nini. Christmas Nini. A weird one, because yeah, Frenzy, it's just Frenzy 2, by the way. It's just Frenzy 2. No Berserker whatsoever. No full stamina. Does have the increased Dazzlement chance against 2 killers, which I like. I do appreciate that. But the thing is, though, if you're going to use it nowadays, it's for the links or potions, and it's only +5. So you can make the case for low B. Mid-low B, yeah. Above CN? I'll say low B. Maybe here. You know? I think, is this fine? Above Sun? Because at least she has the +5 potions. But then again, you have the link. I think she's around here. Not a good unit overall. I mean, middle of the bunch, you know. No affiliation does help her a bit, yeah, if we consider that. All right, next up is Iba. This is not the stamina link Iba. So, Frenzy 1, 40% Berserker. At least he has guard break. He's just a crystal jaw farmer. I'd probably say D tier. At least he has coin and crystal. I might actually put him a bit higher than these lot. Goat Bomb? Unironically, I personally think that characters shouldn't be based on crystal and jaws because it's whatever. You don't need them to farm it. But in his case, with all these characters here, I would say probably I'm more inclined to use him than these characters, you know. Chad is up next. Chad is another GQ Nudge unit with only Flurry 1. And the GQ skills that he has, they start off slow. He only has mini damage. So, no Flurry 2. 75% Bruiser. Does have the team boost, though. Does have the team boost. So, what that would technically mean A tier, but I feel like with Shinji, it's a bit more better with Shinji. Shinji had guard break too, right? He doesn't. So, it would kind of have to be B tier? It's kind of the same as Yuha. Maybe top of C. Yeah, definitely our worst GQ booster so far. It's either low B or top C. And Sword Pickler is stacked. You don't need him. Under Yuha, we can kind of do that. Since you're still early, you don't mind crystal links? Fair enough. It depends on if you know what you're doing. When I was itchy again. Because when I create a new account, I don't use Crystal Inks. I just farm the point of it. Because I knew I'm farming a lot. Oh, he doesn't have the booster. That's a good shout. Oh, with that in mind, I kind of want to say C tier then. If he has no booster. Yeah, no booster. No guard break, no booster. At least you has guard break. I'm fine with C tier, honestly. At least he has flurry too. I think this is like best he can get. I would maybe put Kira above him though. I don't know. Like it's kind of like, you know. Either way, it's around here. No, I kind of want to rank him lower now. Yeah. If you farm point of it a lot over time, if you're not trying to like fully max out your characters, it's point of it gives you a lot of crystals and jewels. Eventually, you want to do the co-op quest, though, when that comes back during the anniversary. Yeah, they're boosters, right? His Kira's a booster. I would say right here, bro. Stark's up next. Above Kugo. You can do that. Another base heart Stark. Barely tell the difference. I kind of prefer this one in terms of artwork. 20 DR. Look at the skills, man. He's got barely anything. Bruiser 60, Flurry 1, 70% droplets. D's here probably, right? Like that's straight to D. No guard break either. That's about it. Yama. Yamamudu. Bruiser 20. Flurry 1, Bruiser 20? Nah, get out of here. Get out of here. Damn. That is crazy. That's instant D. Maybe lower than that. A lot just... I want to say higher. No, lower. Stark at least has... At least Stark can buff a Sag unit. So, like, if you were to use him in GQ... Nah, because even that's super restrictive. I'd say around here. We might run out of tiers, you know. We might actually run out of tiers. Maybe I just don't even rank them, because they're just not worth talking about. Like, do we need to put this character in F tier to know he's bad? We'll see, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Byaku's up next. Byaku's... Did he have Frenzy 2? I think it was only Frenzy 2 in, Arena. It was... I remember, so... This was the... For those that didn't play, Arena just came out. It was new. We instantly started to get Arena characters, and, you know, in that case... Your first thought might be, oh, damn, I now have to pull for Arena characters to do good in Arena. Like most game mods are, you know. What Caleb do. But honestly, Arena characters were always useless. Arena characters were never the best at anything. Even in Arena. This character was like, damn, this character's toxic. He has Lacerate. That stops you from using your strong attacks. And then every 5 seconds, you have a 12% chance to inflict Lacerate. It was still bad. Like, it only affected the host. We thought this character would be toxic in Arena. He wasn't. He was bad. Slow to. In his case, though, only Frenzy 1. And more damage to Lacerate. But no... Oh, 20 sad too. 20 sad. He does have the recharge built in. Again, probably D tier, right? Based about it. I would say maybe here. Around Arena mobile level. Yeah, a bit better. Maybe not. They might have a bit high damage output. Low C? He does have Havoc, to be fair. These characters don't. Wait, Zappa had Havoc, right? Let me just double check. He did. I feel like, because at least these characters are droplet farmers, like, and boosters, you know. They're being ranked on different things to a certain extent. This character here is kind of just like, moment here. Next up is Rukia. One of the most unfortunate character releases to date. Came out a month before. Hold on. Hold on now, hold on. The most tragic thing is not our affiliation, it's the fact that we don't see the toes. No, I'm joking. So this character here is a... Oh. I broke the website. She's a heart sword killer. A month after we had 690 Aizen. So it's like, damn. This is not the first time they did this. 5th anniversary, so a year prior. We had Swimsuit Nemu. One of the best characters on release. Because, like, damn, we finally got a new power, a Ranky Killer. We needed that. And she had a good strong attack here. But then we got 5th Annie, yeah, Ichigo. So it's like, damn. Why did they do this twice in a row? In her case, Frenzy 1, 20% Berserker. That's it. And she has a bad strong attack here. I don't like that SA2. I would say, again, probably D tier. Really just D tier. There. It's like, just... Happy Eats. Happy Eats. My neighbors were celebrating yesterday. So yeah, just D tier, really. Damage up is lower, though. I mean, I'm more inclined to use Salva, like, Flurry units that don't have Guard Break. Next up, we have Tatsuki. They're all the same. They're a team booster. At least they have 40 bruiser. 60 bruiser. No booster skill, though. It's kind of just the same tier as Chad's. Like, if we're putting Chad in C, I guess we put her in C. E? How about E? Because she's kind of the same as these characters here. But at least she has a boost. So, like, by default, if we put Chad in C tier, we should put her in C tier. Basically in the same level. Basically about it. In a way, she has the benefit of being max transcended because she is free. We are going to base characters on special level 1. But for her, special level 5 I think is quite fair. In a way, it's the same with Chad, but... She has a usage in the melee human GQ, technically. And at the very least, same goes for Chad. The human Senkaman quest, like, you have a lot of characters that you can use. Because there's 10 characters here. There's like 15 humans, right? We have the Ichigo coming up too. Next up we have Tensa. No, just Zangetsu. Zangetsu right now is still being used for guild quests. It's just for the 20 stat. He has 20 Berserker, more damage. In a way, he's in the same tier as Rukia. Sorry, Rukia. Just 20 Bruiser. That's basically about it. But he does have this. And this stacks with Mugetsu. So you still use him quite a bit. What was the Toshiro like? We have a lot of Toshiros. So this Toshiro is the same thing. Granted, it's a bit more restricted. You know? So. Probably C tier, right? But he's a better buffer than Tosh, technically. Yes, I'd say C tier. It is so funny, by the way, that we have a 2022 unit alongside Frenzy 1 and Berserker. You know? But it is what it is. And I feel like I want to put him above Tosh because it's more available. Like every character, you can use it. You can use it. You can use it. You can use it. You can use it, you know? For Toshiro's buff, it's only this character, these two. Free. These free. And again, you know, people are more likely to use this character. Is she 2023? Hopefully not. No, it's 2022. It was late 2022. It was like November. You're more likely to use this character in the Melee Quincy Guild Quest than you are to use this Rukia. So, I would say bad boost, you know. He could affect weakening, yeah. That doesn't help out Tosh, though. Next up, we have Lisa. A character that I think released too early. I feel like she would have been really cool to see with Status Summon Plus and multiple Status Summons. Because you'll see here, or two Status Summons. She, it's a weird one. So, really cool design. One of my favorites in the game, as far as Spirit Society are concerned. Love the black and reds. This was one of the... When Spirit Society got released or teased, they used to what do you call it? They would show like a glimpse. So we saw like a red snake, and I think, sorry, we saw the blue snake. It's like they just zoomed in and they teased it. It's like, yo, guess who the character is? I think a lot of us thought Kanane or Soifon because of the braids. But it ended up being Lisa. And she was one of the few that we actually knew what the yokai was based off of, because they are based off of like spirits. And she's something. I actually know what it is, but she has like the blue and red snake. So you would expect her to inflict burn and freeze, but no. She inflicts weakening and freeze. But like, it would have been cool, like all of her attacks could have inflicted burn and weakening. And also, very funny. They had to put that there. They had to censor it. Because you cannot, you know, not have that cloth there. You know? Either way, Frenzy 1, Berserker. With Havoc, though. And she has this. It is a team buff. It is a team buff, but that's a very bad team buff. You are not going to use that. So I would say same tier as Rukia. Maybe higher because she technically has a team buff. But that's about it. You know? She released 27. She's a 2023 unit? There's no way, blood. Oh, it's 2025. Oh, she's a pot farmer, right? She is a pot farmer. Isn't Tesla... Is Tesla also just... Tesla does droplets, though. So Tesla's technically better. That's about it, I'd say. She could be our first D tier farmer, though. Yeah, I'm gonna say D tier farmer. Because at least they have droplets. They are a tier above each other, you know? So I'd say, like, basically here. Probably put her high because, yeah, she's a farmer. So I guess any links of farmer we get is straight to D. Noitora. Doesn't have anything going for him. I think another D tier unit. Berserker 20. Recharge Frenzy 1. Increased status chance, though. With the extra 40%. So I guess he's better, but it is still kind of like there. I'd say so. Mashiro. Oh, Mashiro might be even lower. Because now we're seeing worse farmers. Because she only has... Oh, actually, hold on. Her resurrection might have saved her. Her resurrection actually saved her. So, originally she was 17%. And Frenzy 1. But now she has Berserk. Now she has Havoc, right? I don't think she had Havoc before. She did. Never mind. Either way. Berserker 50 is higher now. It's higher. Berserker 50, Frenzy 1, Droplet Farmer. At least she's 50%. She technically has a 70% Berserker. I'd say C tier. I guess. It's still like iffy though. We'll do speed eventually. We're going to try and do one daily. If we can even finish this today. There's a lot of units, but I think we're going to start breezing through a lot of these near the end. Hi, D. Next up is... What was her name? Renji, sorry. His name. Renji is also now kind of useless because Kenpachi exists. He held it down for a while. I'll give him that. He held it down for a while. But he is also just like, what? Bruiser 50, Flurry 1. It's actually 70. Killer doesn't do any favors now. No guard break. I would say same tier as these characters. Maybe a bit higher than these lot. Maybe here? Definitely D tier. Masaki. I'd say quite high, honestly. Honestly, let me pull up real quick. It's probably worth mentioning. Where is it? To be fair, there's quite a few characters that can do it nowadays, but when it comes to those challenges where you have to use no links, for example, like here, like Masaki's unironically really good there. She might be my go-to stage 2 mission 3 character. But Masaki, really unfortunate she got resurrected a year ago. I would have loved to have seen her got the buffs that Kenpachi just got. Really good link, worth noting, I guess. So she has 100 Bruiser, Flurry 1, Guard Break, Team Boost. No booster skill, unfortunately. But it is a barrier with the multi-barrier skill. And her innate abilities are Long Reach. Really good Resurrection. I'd say not bad. Where would we rank her, though? Where would we rank her? A? A is kind of crazy. But I might be here for it, man. I might be here for it. It's very weird to put her above Aizen, but, you know, unironically, you can still use her in Guild Quest. There's not that many good ranged Nad units. Apache has replaced her. But I'm liking her. I'm still liking this unit. I still use her to this day. I don't use Aizen much, I'll be honest. I'm honestly fine with putting her A tier. You could say B. Top B. But I might back the D. Sorry, the A. Shinji does have booster. Maybe we drag her down because of that. She don't have booster. Because in a way, she is replaced. Kensei, Shinji, in terms of boost, they're providing the same thing. I'll say high B. I'll say high B. It's either low A or high B. Let's do a poll. That's another poll one. But then again, yeah, I do use Masaki more outside of GQ compared to Shinji. But then again, we might actually use Shinji in the Holo tier. Holo Senkaman. Hold on, I'm ending the poll. I did the wrong one. Little typo. And the human Senkamon, you're not wrong. She does have that value. She might be one of the few characters that get into A tier just based off affiliation. In all honesty. We do use Ron Senkamon for Quincy. Definitely going to use in the human one. And that might be more valuable because there's not that many humans, you know. There's definitely more Quincy's. Guild Quests, I still personally use it, I'm pretty sure. Good link too. No booster, but I think she might back the A for other reasons, you know? For other reasons. I think the affiliation is a decent thing that just knocks her up. You know? Shoujo's next. Really good link. One of the best links in the entire game. Obviously. Other than that, though, you have 50% Berserker, Frenzy 1. Increased stars on my chance, though, but bad killer. So I'm never going to use you. Havoc, though, eh. Edge go get another sibling? Maybe, bro. Maybe. Actually, it was too late for him now, you know. But yeah, 70% say low A, so we'll back it. So I think D, I would never use him over, like, a farmer, though. Like, I'd probably say D tier, you know. I mean, if you want to put him C for the link. Nah, yeah, D. Again, for links, it's really only, like... The only time we should value links is Mugetsu and Rangiku. And when it comes down to characters like this, like, oh, you're a link shot farmer and droplet links. Maybe you're a bit better than a link shot farmer and droplet skill character, you know? I guess. I don't know. I'd say D. He's not even a support, is he? Because there's nothing good about him. It's just... That's it. It's just that. And it's also like he does have an increased stars enchant, but it's super restricted. Mind attribute Soripers. I would say like here. Bit better than Noitora. Nanao though. Nanao's also like kind of... She had the potential. She had the potential, but that SA2 doesn't do damage. Right now she's really, again, really good link. Really good link. But what we're looking at here is Frenzy 1 and 60% Berserker. You do have the booster skill with the SA2, which is nice. But the SA2 itself does no damage. And you're also... Oh, you're a Ranger Sparta kill, actually. It's not... Kampachi's weak. But then now, you know, Ranger Sparta has Okura, who boosts. So... You know. I would say... I'd say she's kind of like in the same tier as Kiryu, in a way. Even though Kiryu's better, they kind of do the same thing. I feel like I'm more inclined to use her over CN. Like, not even just guild chest, just for general play. Maybe not. No increased chance. Maybe there. Around here, I think it's fine. Nanao's booster, but... Such a weird one. She's a weird unit. I'll tell you about Chad, yeah. In a way, like, their use is almost the exact same. They're both there for GQ. They've been replaced. That's about it. But her SA2 does no damage. But at least she provides the extra stats. So it's kind of like just Chad, but that's about it. Shuhei. Now, Shuei will very much likely change next month. Because he's next in line to get resurrected, I'm pretty sure. So, potential for Shuei. Potential for Shuei. But right now he's D tier. 20% Berserker, Frenzy 1. That's it. So, a character that could move up to C tier upon resurrecting. But right now, he's basically like this tier. I wouldn't even say, like, yeah, it's just that. It's just 20% Berserker. The Sovereign is nice, yeah, but it's not even like, it's not even that cool anymore, I guess. I don't know. No innate abilities, right? Yeah, so he has real good potential when he resurrects. Very, very good potential. Ichigo, I think, would be in the same tier as Chad. Are they called Senkamon? What are they called? School? Less of a good link. They buff humans? I actually didn't even know that. I kind of forgot about that. Not like it matters. It could matter, though. And, you know, to be fair, in the future, if we ever do get a human character, because that was stuck with Mugetsu. So, it's basically Chad tier. I'll put him low, below Chad. Because at least Chad, technically, if we're comparing the two, is a better link. But I prefer his killer. Because he also doesn't... Chad doesn't need guard break. This character does. Because he's not going against wrong cards. Very big shoe. Next up we have Apache, one of my favorite swimsuits. So she got 40% damage. It's only 40% for these characters? I thought it was 50. She got 66%. Berserker, 40, Frenzy Havoc. Technically it's 100% strong attack damage, right? Technically. Very seductive pose. Weakened duration. But it's the killer, right? Because now I'm never going to use her. Her damage output's naturally higher, but I'd still say a D tier, yeah. By default, it would be that. Because at least these are farmers. So they have that going for her. But she does have a high damage output. Retsu's probably the same. Probably the exact same, actually. Almost very similar skills. Quite literally the exact same. I would probably say higher. Because she has a better killer. Is pretty much about it. Basically. But very similar units. Rukia. Let me make it easier for us if we sort by heart. No Havoc? Or is it an innate ability? There it is. Okay, let's go. Berserker 30. Damage at low stamina. Link's not potion though, so like we kind of have to put her next to... I would probably say she's better now. Who would we say is better? Her or Lisa? I think she has better damage. Has Lisa resurrected? Lisa hasn't resurrected yet, so Lisa has potential to get higher. But they're both just D tier farmers. They're just +5. It doesn't matter, yeah, basically, right? Although, Big Grimjow is up next. Again, unfortunately, this character resurrected a month ago. Because, like, the difference between Min and Kenpachi is crazy. It's crazy. So, 50% Bruiser, plus an extra 20%, plus an extra 16. Only Flurry 1. Guard break. Yeah, probably... Oh, he does get the 30 here, but at full stam is kind of a big ask for a melee Nad unit with no protection or heals. What's a similar Nad unit? Probably is C, in all honesty. It really is C. I would probably say above him just because you don't have guard break. You do. Good link. Maybe a bit usable with Senkamon. That's about it. That's about it. Izuru. Fuddy Bruiser, plus an extra 20%. Flurry +1, no guard break. No guard break. So a D tier probably, I'd say. A D tier. I'll probably put you above this character. Because at least you're ranged. You have and better care at least. And, you know, like, it matters, but... Senju... We're going to start getting into the period now where, like, strong attack kits start to matter for these SP units. Because some had, like, a very bad strong attack kits. So, Frenzy 1, 5% Berserkers, increased stars on chance, more damage to lacerate, no SP boost. Not much going for her. If it was mind characters, I think I'd place it a bit higher. Probably is like a Chojo tier character, maybe a bit higher. Say like here. Top of D, for the most part. Lolly. Similar. 5% Berserker, more damage to burn. Frenzy 1. Even worse, because now you have no guard break. Sorry, now you have no Havoc. Do we get our first E? No, because there's some Havoc-less units here. These don't have Havoc too, right? I say low, yeah, low D probably. It don't matter. It's like here. It's basically there. Kenpachi. Our last Transformer unit. That we're going to add to the tier list for this Hearton. Probably similar. Frenzy +1, 60% Berserker, an extra 25 with the 10% recharge. Transformation, so that does help him out a tad bit, actually. No Havoc, though, right? Damn, this character would have been great to have innate skills. But I'd say his damage output is, like, a bit better. Oh, it's low stam E. That's weird. Probably a D tier. It's a bit higher. I feel like the Soul Bomb makes him a bit more fun, so I'd say probably just a bit better than Senju, in all honesty. Ichigo's probably going to be the exact same. Granted, this Ichigo is free to play. You can buy him in the coin shop. So technically, you can max transcend him. And with that in mind, he might just be a tad bit higher than this character. Because technically, you can max transcend him. Technically. Toki actually is our last transforming character. I forgot. Didn't realize we didn't add him. Please get a remake, man. I need the remake. I need the remake. Right, so 75% Bruiser, plus 25, 100% Bruiser, Flurry +1. If only he got Frenzy 2. He does have the team boost with the booster skill, and the transformation. No affiliation. I feel like he deserves to be right next to Misaki. Does he not? If we're putting Misaki there, Wake Up is working out there. Because at least he has the booster skill. But man, if this character did Flurry 2, that would have been crazy, man. So unfortunate they only started doing that now, you know. But again, you know, as far as GQ characters are concerned, outside of GQ, this character is better than most GQ NAD units. And no affiliation. He's definitely, I'll tell you right now. Then again, Yuha might do the same. But he would definitely be carrying the stage 2, maybe stage 3, no affiliation mission, where you have to bring no links. He would definitely carry it. If you put Toki the high, Yuha needs to go higher too. I don't know. It feels weird with Yuha. Toshiro below Byakuya? Yeah. We all agree Toshiro's, it's not going to age as well. And he's, I don't know. Byakuya just feels better. I don't know, Yuha's a bit weird one, because, I feel like I'm a bit more inclined to use him outside of GQ. Compared to Yuha, you know? And he has the transformation, so he does have that too. You know, that will help him out a tad bit too. I can maybe move up Yuha to like here. Middle of B. Why is Kensei S? He's the best Nad unit for his phase. I think any normal attack damage unit with a team boost is automatic S if they're the best Nad unit for their phase. Because he's basically Gremmy. The only character that won't get that is her, because you just don't need her. Whenever we get a ranged holo unit, a melee holo unit that just completely disregards this character's existence, he will be S tier probably. Does Toki get Res? He did. What new mechanic? I'm not too sure. This might be too broken. Let me pull up. So I can't believe we made this 3 years ago. I think this was before 6 Annie. So the idea was that, you know, well timed because we're about to get 6 Annie. Aizen. They also got 5th Annie Byaku, which is kind of cool. They also now 6th anniversary Aizen, for the record. But essentially this game, what you'll see here is they have a red dot. They can use 2 strong attacks. And it recharges. Like if we use it, when he decides to use it, well, it's me. So you see it has a cooldown, right? 7 seconds. This is the Someone, by the way. They don't have good animations. I think there was also like an error there. Alright, so you see here, right? 30-second cooldown. It's recharging right now. 30 seconds. But you have a red button, so you can press it again. And you can use that strong attack twice. That'll be quite broken, though. Because Brave Souls is a lot different compared to this game. Is this BBS 2? No, this is like BBS 0.5. It is by K-Lab. They at least like let this... I don't think K-Lab developed the game. It's another company, I think. But they're in partnership with K-Lab. But yeah, you get to use 2 strong attacks. And it recharges. So it works in this game because this is just a stat game. It doesn't matter what attack you have. It's just... Have you invested in every 30 power-up systems in a way? And all that matters is the damage output. I wasn't a fan of the game, in all honesty. After all, it was fun for the first month. So, yeah. Gin is next. If we have any potential changes, once we finish the tier list, we'll reflect on it, right? And move some characters up. You're probably D-tier. Again, you're probably a Frenzy 1 unit, 20%, 40% Berserker. Frenzy 1. Just D-tier. Probably... I feel like just above you. In honesty. But Rukia could get better with her Resurrection. Mayuri up next. We're getting close. We're going to start mashing through these. Kind of fun. We just got a recent Heart Mayuri. So you, immune to every stat summon. I appreciate that. We haven't spoken about much immunities for these characters, but I think that all stat immunity does help a bit. But then again, you only have 20% Berserker. Tanuki fight is 6%. No Havoc? Havoc, okay. You're a bit better than you then, I'd say. Pretty much about it. If he didn't have Havoc, I'd say E tier. Probably not. Nah, he's basically the same as these units. Again, you're going to notice a lot of characters from this era are going to go straight to D, in all honesty. Zangetsu. This is the free-to-play one. Good link. Good link, obviously. 60 Bruiser. No even Flurry? Okay, now we have our first E tier. No Flurry, just 60 Bruiser. Yeah. 75. 85, sorry. That's an E tier. Soifon. I'll put B for now. Let me just quickly read her stats. Soifon's aged very well. Like, she's still used to this day. I would back an A tier, you know. The only problem with her guild quests is that we use Quincy's. That's the only problem for this character, is that we use Quincy's. Like, if we were using a story bit instead, her plus Tendro and that potential character is really good. So she has Flurry 1, with the long reach. 40 bruiser because she didn't have it built in. So it is quite a low bruiser, to be fair. But she does have the team boost with the transformation. Remember, the transformation does increase her magnification by 20%. Now, we don't really ever talk about magnification much, but essentially it's just more damage, right? So right now you'll see her normal attack, right, is, where is it? 100% magnification. When she transforms, it's only 110. Only 10% higher. Tokinaras in most characters are 20%. But the final hit does get 20% like more magnification. So when she does transform on that SA2, not only is she boosting her stat, she's also just technically boosting her damage output in general. And does she have innate abilities? No guard break, unfortunately, does her. But then again, when you want to use this character against Aronkas, she don't need guard break. Because melee, Aronkas don't have melee guards. With that in mind, I probably will not say A tier. I think B tier is a good spot for her. I would say higher than these characters, because at least she has a usage in guild quests. I feel like just above Ikaku. Again, you don't use her, because the best Quincy team is, you know, Esnot and Gremmy and Bambietta, but like, if you were to throw in a Naju now, I throw in her. I'll throw in her in all honesty. It's her versus, what's his name? New Year's Renji. And Renji has the better protection, but she has the booster, so you get more stats for your main DPS unit. So right now, in a way, she technically is like the best booster for that phase. Next up, we have Mugetsu. What are we looking at here? Frenzy 1. 40 Berserker. Damn, D tier. Does get Havoc. Definitely a D tier unit. I would say above Shuhei. He has a good kit. Good link. Same tier as Shinji? Oh, you think Soifon should be same tier as Shinji? At least Shinji has guard break though, you know? She doesn't. So, I mean, then again, it technically doesn't. Technically doesn't. We'll do it. Let's start a poll for Soifon. A or B? I think for... What character are we talking about now? Below Chojuro? I'll put above Chojuro, to be honest. I'm much more inclined to use him. Because the killer at least helps. 56 as B. We'll move on to Ishin. While you lads vote. Ishin might be E tier. Frenzy 1, 20% Berserker. If he has a very bad kit, I'd say low D. In all honesty. Probably just there. About it. Yami. Oh, no Havoc. Maybe I think E tier now is going to start being bad kit, no Havoc, and low Frenzy. So I think E is fine for him. I think I'll back B. It's 50-50. I'll back B. I think Soifon is fine in B. So Yami's up next. Again, good soul trait. Good soul trait. 41, 40 bruiser, plus an extra 36% technically. Start barrier. No boost. And no... Yes, guard break and long reach. Okay. Not too bad then. Who's a similar unit to him then? Technically Grimjow. Do we say C? High B? Cool art. Yeah, cool art. I don't know. Definitely not the same tier as... He has guard break, right? Ooh. Yeah. But then again, if we're putting him there, we have to kind of put him there, you know? They're kind of the same. Now, I can't remember. Is a free hit nurturing good or bad? Is a free hit nurturing good or bad? I feel like I remember it being bad. Most characters are 4. Yeah, I'd say below Grimjaw. Harley Bell is up next. I think she's a Frenzy 120 Berserker unit. More damage to Paralyze. Only 3 hits. And then, again, throwback to... this character. He has a 1-hit naturally. Look at that. Just 1 hit. That's it. 1 hit. That is funny. Frenzy 1, no Berserker. Got the lowest of B, in all honesty. I wouldn't say E because she has Havoc, right? Okay. No Havoc? I think that's got to be a D, E tier. I'd say, right? No Havoc. No Berserker, only Frenzy 1. Not too good then. What even is our link? It's a niche link. It's a niche link. Not a good link for him. Frenzy 1 again. He at least gets Havoc. He's kind of the same as Hallibell, but more range. Yeah, links are definitely more tiebreakers if we're trying to decide between 2 units. Chart SA3 makes him kind of worse, you know. I don't know. It's either low D or like top of E. His kit is bad. His kit is bad. And I'll still bring up to this day. He's got no arse. Look how tiny that is. I can't even zoom in. He's got such a tiny arse. You know? Is it even a decent link? When do you ever not go with recharge? I'd say top of E. Maybe just a bit better than Hannibal because of the Havoc. But other than that, he has the increased stars when chance against mine characters. I think by default, bottom of D, probably like around here, just better than these characters. About it. Yoruichi. A good kit. Damage to... Ooh. No Havoc too, right? Just 20% Berserker. 40%, I guess. 36. I don't think the boost is doing any favors. Again, a lot of these characters are either E or D. It's either very low D or E. I'd say she's a bit better than Chad, to be fair, so probably with that. Dude, I think Chad and Ichigo should move down as well, you know. They have no Havoc. So they kind of look the same. Now that we're doing this, you know. As they just a bit worse than... No, I probably prefer it over Grimjiao. Your F. I don't know why these characters here already. But yeah, these are definitely F units. So now we kind of have like the yeah, that's fine. Yeah, frenzy characters are instant F. Do we have any more frenzy characters? Again, the term is kind of bad. I don't know why they called them frenzy, because frenzy is a skill. So you kind of confuse the two, you know? Are those the only heart frenzy characters? I guess they are. We'll do these in order of release. They are all bad. It does not matter who's who. Let's just fill out the F tier real quick. No one cares enough to rank these characters. To be fair, I think that's when it starts to get a bit better, but we'll go back to those characters. So now there's Toshiro. Good Link. It's still usable. Berserker, Frenzy, no Havoc again. So it's kind of like... Unless, yeah, no Havoc. So blacking on the range a bit. In the case of... I mean, these characters don't have Havoc too, right? So we'll probably say around here. I'd say just below that. I need to put on top of F. We'll change them after. Ruroka is Frenzy 1, 16 Sad, decent Link, no Havoc again, decent Kit. Again, it's either low D or high E. Isn't that Uehara Farmer? Which one? Which keys can we talking about? Nobuzaka. Oh, she has 16 sads, I guess, so like that helps in the soul trait. Oh, no, he's not a farmer. The first farmer was Ruroka, the power of Ruroka. The first heart farmer was Lisa? Was it? No, it was Mashiro. No, it was Lisa. I think it was Lisa. Oh, no, it was Rukia. She was the first heart farmer. I might back the Eater, you know. We got to put someone in there. We kind of got to fill up. Either way, it don't make much of a difference. Bleach body still is. I kind of did that. W or L? Where is it? Does it not come up? Alright, I got to search my channel then, I guess. What's that time I got, Loopy? Probably can't be WOD. This was 2 years ago. It was, alright, listen, it was also for International Women's Day. We like that. We think about these things. What we're saying, W or L? W or L? Lubism L. I put Yachiru and I mean, damn, what the hell? I mean, Yachiru has this Lord Yachiru here has an adult form, by the way. We just never seen it. I put Menali. What was I thinking? All right. Yeah, I didn't know these bottom tier characters. No idea who they are. Now I know that's actually Mashiro's cousin or sister. Other than that, yeah. Rukia Queen? Yeah, I mean, top 3 for me, it's always just been Yoruichi. It's the simple ones, though. They're also the ones that get the most screen time. But Yoruichi or Rahime Rukia, you can't go wrong with either. You honestly can't go wrong with either. Rangiku's good, too. I like Nini. Nemu, too. Dude, yeah, it's quite basic. It's just a lot of the popular females. Isane, I think, is a bit underrated. Misaki. Nao's great, too. Can't go wrong with them. Gotta put just down the queen tier. Saruchi? What's Saruchi? I don't really care about Saruchi, to be honest. Zabimaru, though, kind of a baddie. Where's Soifon? In top tier, right there in the middle. I'll back Soifon to be higher, to be honest. I mean, I could put everyone in SS, you know, or like the queen tier. Either way, back to it. Close. Loopy. She probably stings, what, Soifon? Berserker, Frenzy 1. I know we don't have Havoc, so you're E. Rukia, probably E as well. I don't think I even need to look at her. Wrong one. I might be able to just fill out all these slots. Because, like, I know they ain't got Havoc. Frenzy 1, 20% Berserker. You don't even have Recharge. In a way, I could put you in D. Sorry, F. But you're quite noticeably better than these characters. So we kind of have to put you a tad bit higher right now. Just E tier, probably. Nemu is probably E as well. I don't think she has Flurry. We'll just double confirm. No Flurry. They're going in E. Probably there. Probably below you. You have like a bad kit. Again, placements for E and F don't really matter that much. Uryu? What are you saying for Uryu? He's a bit of a weird one. Uryu's a bit of a weird one. He has Havoc. His SA3, for those that don't know, it's the only attack in the game that has this. Where the charge strong attack free, but like it's a pushback attack, like it's like a shockwave attack for the SA3. And if you look at the magnification, 480 is high. That can do a lot of damage. If an enemy can't get pushed back. But you don't see it used much. He used to be the GOAT of epic raids. When characters didn't have like super high damage outputs, you know? What's weaken attack? It's basically weakening. And that's it. Before weakening was a thing, I think. It just makes their attacks do 1 damage. But you don't get the benefit of 50% more damage. It's a worse weakening. I would probably say low D just because he has that going for him. There. Like, I think... Do people still use him in epic raids? Probably not. Do we want it to be lower? I got back at E. Top of E. I guess. Orihime is Flurry 1, 50 Bruiser. She actually got pretty decent with Resurrection, to be fair. No booster, so... Probably high D, I would say. She's very similar to this character here. No guard break, though, right? Yeah, so I'd probably say she's like around these characters, you know? Similar enough characters. Ichigo, I don't think we eat... He's basically, what do you call it? Yoruichi. Has the weakening, has the extra booster skill. Better link. But it is just still, no Berserker besides that. No Havoc? No Havoc too, right? Yeesh. So you're basically just a better Yoruichi. That's pretty much about it. Aizen probably F tier. You have like nothing going for you. I don't even check the skills. I know he has no frenzy. Your Defo D? No. Even with booster, do we still put him higher then? Is it worth putting him higher because he has the booster skill? Sengaisen's low D? Bro, Sengaisen's terrible. Is it third or second? Second. Yeah, bro has no Berserker. Sorry, no frenzy. That's definitely D tier. It should go above Mayuri. Where's Mayuri? Let's see that. In fact, fine. Homura. And Shizuku. Oh, they actually have Flurry +1. Okay, never mind. Probably still E tier? Wait, does Flurry 1 mean... Again, they have the switch button, which I guess is kind of cool. Probably next to Yama, to be honest. They have a better killer. It would be around here, to be honest. Maybe here. Above now. Or below now. It's around that. For no Flurry, Hazan gets into F. I think the early Nad units start having like no bruiser. So that's, you know. I think he's fine bottom of E. Plus, certain Nad units have noticeably bad attack strings. The order they get. Your Defo F. Put you around here. We didn't do power. He came out that long ago. I feel like we've already done him. What with the tag teams? I don't know. It's one of those mechanics that I've just like moved on from. To be fair, double team character replaced it. We don't need tag team characters anymore. We need more double team units. Fowler's about Ganji when? If you want a leak, it's happening. I'll give you lads a leak. A Blood War Ganji is happening. Sometime after 10th Annie. Or is it? Why did I check him? Spoilers, my bad, man. I should have gave it one. It's not even that leak. Of course it's happening. It's like, bro, we're getting everything. We got Zombie Rangiku. Everyone's gonna happen, you know. Ganju had an attack. Ganju actually did something he did a little fight. Briefly. Frenzy 1 Berserker 20, no Havoc. Super low. Kind of back hit. Where you put him? Call for Ruka, hopefully. Yeah, no, they could, again, if they gave Zombie Rangiku a character, everyone is possible. Especially if you're a popular unit. So, for Ruka, I feel like they could do something. Just make her use the 4-ring powers. We've seen her use her 4-ring powers before. I'll say top of E. Because no Havoc. But then again, some of these characters don't have Havoc too, but eh. It's kind of whatever for this term. Which website? BBS Simulator. Ezra used to be one of the GOATs. Not this one, sorry. It was Renji that actually used to be one of the GOATs, actually. Frenzy 1, 20 Berserker, no Havoc. We'll put you in E. I feel like you had a better strong attack hit than these characters. Stark. Might we get part 3 Annie with a new rarity? We don't need another rarity, but I'd be down for new things. But new rarity for part 3 and not part 1 or 2? Artwork would be the tiebreaker. Well, here we are now. Stark, right? The double killers did carry them for a bit, yeah. Frenzy 1, Berserker 25. I'm pretty sure you have an iffy strong attack here. I'm saying E. Probably like just there. You're also like E tier. Around here. Monsieur, I can't remember even if she even has Frenzy. She does. You're also E tier. Again, no one cares about their placement here. Yachiru, where do we put Yachiru? I'm from the UK. These characters don't have flurry, so they're going to be like here. Same with you. Yeah, what about Yachiru? Near Grim? She did get her stamina. I guess that doesn't work. The Brave Battle skills don't help. It is pretty much Flurry 1. That's kind of E tier, to be honest. Because at least the other Nad units have Wait, is it? What? It's kind of D tier level. Yeah, it's kind of D tier. It's basically around Yama. There's almost no difference because high damage output's kind of. I'll put above Findor. Can't be having Findor above Yachiru. Do you really care about influent animated artwork at some point? Nah, probably not. I would love to though. I remember when Safui Kenpachi as the Shiro and Kuryushiki got announced. I was kind of hoping they had like animated artwork because the trailer looked sick with the special effects they had. Movie 1 Ichigo. Frenzy 1 20 Berserker. Havoc. I think it was one of the old characters that had Havoc at the time. So I'd say E tier probably. I guess low D. He's kind of like around these character levels. I'd say around that. Tag Team Ranger. He used to be like the best character in the game. Best heart character in the game. For a long time. I remember Reddit used to love this character. But he had 2 good killers. And a good kit. And Havoc too. No Berserker though. But the Havoc helps him a bit. So I'd say, again, probably E tier. Probably low D, actually. There, I guess. Low D. He did have the range. He did have the range. I remember you being better than Stark. Nell's low D. She has Frenzy. Very bad kit, though. This is where the kit gets iffy. She's also, by the way, for those that are wondering, Nelliel has 30% Havoc. So, kind of funny. Kind of funny. But obviously it's different because the strong attack she had there was like significantly worse, you know. But if we were ever to do tier list on artwork, this is up there. That's a nice art. But she has 30. But like her strong attacks are like bad, you know. So I would say low E. Low E, honestly. I think she's a worse kit than most characters here. Gin also has a bad kit. I'd say that. Does Gin even have Frenzy? Because if he doesn't, he's gone. He does have Frenzy. Blast Zone. Some old skills. Blast Zone is more range than the Someone, by the way. Yeah, 30 Havoc nowadays would be crazy. We are almost done. No Flurry. But your kit's better, so I kind of want to put you here. Wait, no Flurry? Does Stark have Flurry? You don't. He has Adrenaline, though, against some old skills. Zamari. What's the cutoff point? When do we start putting, like, somewhat new, like, year 1 units into E? Because at least he has a decent kit. I say decent for his time. I mean, you might creep into E to F, you know. Same with you. Where's Metal Exchange units there? We'll put Con on top of F. For the culture. You had nothing. Okay, hold on. Because I know these characters start to have Frenzy and stuff. Kyan. Alright, let's just go individually then. Let's just quickly. Kyan has Havoc. No Frenzy Berserker. I think at that point you're F. Yeah, you're kind of F tier. Are we just putting everyone in F? Because these have no Frenzy now. You have Frenzy, though. I feel like you had a bad kit. I would say like there. If I put anyone that doesn't have Frenzy, let me know. I'm pretty sure these characters don't. I remember you had a bad kit. So you're like here, this level. What's Blast Zone? More sub-bomb range. It's like Havoc for sub-bombs. There is really no difference between E and F, yeah. Let's just put you there. Put you there. There. You also have, like, no Frenzy. For a Naj unit, I kind of want to put you higher. I mean, to be fair, I'm kind of phoning it in on this part, I will be honest. But, like, there really is no difference. Like, these characters are bad. For Orc, I'll put, like, low F. Low E. Because he has Frenzy. And with that, are we done? Isn't E if he's max transcended? Which one? The Hogaku fusion? This one? No way. Like, maybe when I make the video, I might change some of the placements for F. But there's no difference. Like, there is no difference between this Byakuya and this now. You know, they're all just bad. Oh, Senkaizen? No, bro. Senkaizen's bad too. Probably a bit better than Aizen. A bit higher. But we've got some of F. I will say that I do feel a bit better with this tier list. I think it a bit reflects the game a bit more. Again, just to compare, right? Our previous tier list. Quite a big difference. Let's do that. Quite a big difference, because now we get to focus on, like, actual, somewhat newer units and resurrectable units. That, you know, shows a bit of difference, because there is quite a big difference between, you know, Ichigo. I don't know where I'm going with this, but yeah. Again, the original tier list was like a lot of characters kept going S and SS. Too many in SS, in my opinion. And there's a big difference right now between Ichigo and Byakuya, you know? And it was mainly for those, like, really good units, too. Really good units, because Ichigo was in the same tier as Ruroka. So now that we focus on more newer units, you know, now we have a big difference on who's... S is quite small, though, to be fair. I feel like S is quite small. Well, I think it checks out. Again, if anyone has any placements, stuff to change, let me know. Well, we can probably do speed tomorrow. Actually, let's do a poll. What do you want me to do tomorrow? What attribute? We'll do all on stream. I might not be able to finish them all this week. I'm going on holiday on the 12th. But when we get back, we can do that, you know? Mind and technique. Let me know what we're going to do tomorrow. Bruno deserves better. Bruno's an A. I don't think Bruno deserves S anymore. It's actually good to be a small. That's what I want to. That's what I want to. Because I don't want every new character instantly go on S tier. But as we go into the 10th Fanny, that might happen, you know. Probably expect all 10 Fanny units to be like SS and like high S, probably. I doubt we're going to get a bad character. Bruno can outperform Ruroka. They're both, like, useless in Guild Quest, but I feel like Ruroka was a bit better outside of GQ. I feel like I used her more in Limit Breaker lately then. And I haven't used her in a while, I'll be honest. Yeah, we established on the last stream, I don't think Mind or Power have a single SS unit. The only Mind unit that is, like, you can maybe make a case for is Ishin. But even then, as we get into 10 Fanny, there'll be a massive difference between Ishin and whatever Mind character we get, you know? Why is Kensei very high? Because he's the thought process with Kensei is that he's a team booster for a GQ phase, and he's the best at that. So we value that a bit more, I guess. You can honestly, yeah, if you want to make a case, Retsu is in a way more needed, technically. But I think we want to have like a standardization, I guess, in terms of how we rank the units. If you're a team booster, Flurry 2 with the booster skill for a Guild Quest phase that isn't merely Quincy, where this Ruroka kind of gets like useless, you're quite a valuable character, I'd say. But, you know, if anything, we could rank up Retsu. We could move Kensei down, you know. Do you want to do a Bleach Blaze female tier list? Maybe for swimsuits, but probably not every female swim character, you know. Yeah, SS will just be empty. So again, we already established who the tech characters are. Tech SS right now is pretty much just Gremmy. I don't think any other character should get in there. Unless I'm getting someone. If we went to the old tier list for Technique, I think Technique was last. Yeah, Technique had like, look at that. There was way too many characters in there. Massive difference between Toshiro, who I think is in SS for a bit too long, and also Gremmy. You know, massive difference. So, SS will likely be just Gremmy. Giselle's definitely high S. Bambietta is definitely high S. Aizen, I think, would stay hopefully high. We'll see how it goes. Quincy Ichigo, I think, will be quite high. Tenjiro, you can maybe make a case for high S, or just SS in general because his boost and elites, but probably S for him. Again, like the tier list was quite a day. That's why I kind of stopped doing it. I just didn't like how it looked. That's ultimately the reason why I stopped. Power, again, no one in SS. Best character attribute is definitely Mugetsu, Soifon, Shinji, Senju. Senju could have been SS if she had Sorbet Killer with no Guild Quest skills. Easily could have been SS. And then Speeds, Kenpachi Uetsu for me is who I would put SS. But other than that, like Retsu, I think is top of S. Macy, I think is relatively high. Maybe bottom of S, top A. Ichigo, Toshiro, top of S. Rangiku, probably top of S. Or just S in general. S, not S. Yeah. Speed is good. Speed is good. Yeah, I would say Toshiro and Rangiku are S. Again, Rangiku is one of the few characters that has like a lot of value when it comes to soul traits too. So keep that in mind. Because she's a must-have soul trait for Nadunis and GQ. And she has follow-up too. I like that skill. But they're good. I think, who's top of S? Who's the third best speed character? Because personally, I would rank Uetsu and Kenpachi number 1 and 2. Kenpachi, I would put number 1 just because of his power output. But honestly, if you wanted to say Uetsu's number 1, I wouldn't even like almost disagree. I would back it if more people say it. Yachiru? I feel like maybe it's Toshiro. I don't know. It is S, not Toshiro or Retsu, Yachiru. Definitely not Bambietta, though. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah, honestly, I really do appreciate when that came out to the stream. I think it went relatively decent in terms of speeds. 3 hours, not too bad. I think we've been in it longer. But I'm relatively up with this tier list. Again, come back tomorrow. And we will do, let me check the votes. 37% speed. I think speed is more interesting, so we'll do speed tomorrow. And then probably after that, technique. I think power and mind I want to leave last because they're just bad attributes. What's the strongest character you've seen in this game? Probably Ichigo and Gremmy. You know? But a lot of characters have been the best at its time, you know? This Aizen was game-breaking on release. This Tokinada was game-breaking on release. He literally changed NAD characters and even SP units for the better, right? With the guard break skill. He introduced it. Nell was quite insane on release, I think, when she first came out. Back in the day. Retsu was like the most broken character on release. Likewise with this Ichigo. I remember it was a big deal. For me, Apocalypse, if anyone watched him, right? Retsu was always number 1, and then like it took this character to replace her, you know? But we'll do speed tomorrow. So yeah, I appreciate that came up to the stream. Speeds tomorrow. Feel free to join. Help us out a tad bit. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to it. Speed's a pretty good attribute. Speed's a pretty good attribute. I need to go cook and eat, so see you guys tomorrow. Sheesh. There we go. Yeah, it would be around the same time, around 4 p.m. My time. Basically, Guild Quest reset.